Chapter 1275. An ordinary person would be overjoyed to have such a standard. However, Yun Xian had improved too quickly and was extremely talented. In just a few months, he had achieved what an ordinary racer would have taken years to achieve. With such amazing talent, it was inevitable that he would sink into self-doubt and denial. This kind of negativity was terrifying to a racer. If he didn't receive the right guidance, he might just vanish like this. To an inexperienced racer like Yun Xian, his mentality was more important than his skills. Lin Yan chuckled softly and patted Yun Xian's shoulder. For the rest of his life? My dear disciple, do you have any misunderstandings about yourself? Otherwise, you must have some misunderstandings about me. Get up and follow me to the track. We'll decide the winner in 10 rounds. Lin Yan put on her helmet and gazed at the young man through the helmet. Now, I'm going to show you. After some time, Yun Xian snapped back to his senses and hurriedly put on his helmet. Soon, the two cars set off from the finish line. Although Yun Xian was in low spirits, he managed to get into his groove and catch up with Lin Yan. He even took the lead. The two of them maintained the same distance for almost a quarter of the race. Yun Xian maintained a lead over Lin Yan, but he didn't speed up. Lin Yan glanced at Yun Xian on her left. Although Yun Xian was young and inexperienced, he was very stable and rarely made mistakes. Lin Yan maintained the same distance between them as she sped up. When she was almost 1/3 of the race, she sped up. At the turn, Lin Yan overtook Yun Xian and overtook him. Yun Xian didn't even have time to react before Lin Yan overtook him at a position that was almost impossible. Yun Xian stood there in a daze before he snapped back to his senses. He stepped on the accelerator and chased after her. The young man's lifeless eyes rippled with emotion. At the next turn, Yun Xian sped like a madman in an attempt to overtake her. In the end, Lin Yan's defense was flawless. He didn't have a chance to overtake her. He didn't even manage to graze the back of Lin Yan's car. Instead, he almost went off the track because of the inertia. He failed to overtake her at the second turn. He failed at the third turn as well. What was going on? The competition between Lin Yan and Zhou Yu yesterday hadn't been this scary. He had even analyzed Lin Yan's running style. He had been confident that he would be able to overtake her at the last few turns. Cold sweat broke out on Yun Xian's forehead as he stared straight ahead. Almost all of his attention was on the racing car, as if he had become one with it. However, the terrifying thing was that no matter what he did, Lin Yan was like a massive beast blocking his path. She didn't give him any chance to surpass her. Ever since he started racing, he had never felt so hopeless. However, ever since he had started racing, he had never been this crazy. It felt as though all the blood in his body was boiling, and the entire world had vanished before his eyes. All that was left in his world was Lin Yan and the car's silhouette, which made him chase after her relentlessly. End of chapter. Chapter 1276. Yun Xian's body had reached its limit, but he didn't seem tired at all. He continued to chase after the car. After some time, Lin Yan had finally reached the finish line. All he could see was the exhaust fumes from her car. Every time he was about to catch up, Lin Yan would leave him far behind. In the end, he had fallen behind Lin Yan by at least 10 seconds. That was a terrifying number. Yun Xian sat in a daze in the car. His body had stopped, but his soul seemed to be trapped in the race that Lin Yan had dominated. He would never be able to escape. He clutched his chest, his forehead drenched in sweat. His breathing was shallow, and his heart was about to explode. Lin Yan didn't rush him. Instead, she waited for him outside. When Yun Xian came out, his uniform was drenched in sweat, and he could barely stand. In the past, he wouldn't feel tired even if he trained for 3 days and 3 nights. However, after 10 laps and an hour, he felt exhausted. Lin Yan had to support him before he managed to stand up. Lin Yan coughed softly as she watched Yun Xian, who was drenched in sweat. Yun Xian, are you all right? Yun Xian looked as though he was about to cry. He gazed at the girl in front of him in despair and stammered, "Master, I'm sorry." I've disappointed you. I really can't do it. After 10 laps, he hadn't been able to catch up with Lin Yan. Instead, he had fallen behind. Lin Yan raised an eyebrow. Can't do it? Who said that you can't do it? Yun Xian stared at Lin Yan as tears rolled down his cheeks. He wiped them away with his hands as he sobbed. But I lost. I was 10 seconds slower than you. I was even slower. He hadn't improved. He wasn't faster. In fact, he was even slower. Lin Yan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Just because you lost doesn't mean that you're slower. Yun Xian was in a daze. He couldn't comprehend Lin Yan's words. Lin Yan pressed a button silently. Lin Yan said, "Look at your speed." Soon, the display above their heads showed the results of the two people just now. Lin Yan and Yun Xian had completed 10 laps, which took nearly an hour. Lin Yan's fastest lap was 5 minutes and 39 seconds. Yun Xian's fastest lap time was 5 minutes 49 seconds. Yun Xian stared at the results of this training on the screen, almost unable to believe his eyes. 5 minutes and 49 seconds, 5 minutes and 49 seconds, how was this possible? His fastest time was only 5 minutes 52 seconds. Now, it had actually sped up by 3 seconds in just an hour. It had been more than a month since he was able to go faster than 0.01 seconds, but in the training just now, he was faster by 3 seconds. What shocked him the most wasn't his result, but Lin Yan. Yesterday, Lin Yan's fastest time had been 5 minutes and 48 seconds, which had shocked everyone. However, today, she had sped up by 9 seconds. This was not a difference of half a second or a second, but a whole 10 seconds. It was like jumping from one dimension to another. Lin Yan waved her hands in front of Yun Xian. What's wrong? Are you so happy that you've finally broken through your bottleneck that you've lost your mind? Who are you? Yun Xian stared at Lin Yan as though he didn't know who she was. End of chapter. Chapter 1277. No one in the entire country, not even the two teams that had been training in secret, could match her results. This was a level that could compete on the international stage. Yun Xian finally realized that he wasn't the one who had slowed down. Lin Yan had been too fast. Lin Yan blinked innocently. Don't tell me you've lost your mind. I'm your master, you. What did you do to me? Why am I so fast? Yun Xian had too many things he wanted to say and too many questions he wanted to ask. For a moment, he was stuck, so anxious that he didn't know how to express himself. Lin Yan grinned. I didn't do anything to you. It's because of your physique. Because of my physique? Yun Xian was puzzled. Your ability relies on your opponent, replied Lin Yan. Yun Xian looked confused. Relies on my opponent? Coach, I still don't understand. Lin Yan explained, what I mean is that you become stronger when you meet someone stronger and weaker when you meet someone weaker. Haven't you realized it? The stronger the opponent you meet, the faster you will improve. The reason why you didn't improve in the past month was because you had already surpassed the fastest person in the Aurora team. There was no longer anyone who could match up to you, so you entered a bottleneck. In the training just now, I purposely increased my speed to test whether my idea was correct or not. As it turned out, it was indeed so, and the effect was even better than I had imagined. However, it seemed a little too intense. Yun Xian looked as though he was about to collapse. Lin Yan couldn't help feeling guilty as she recalled Mo Shuyun's advice. Yun Xian felt as though he was in a dream. The girl before him had said that she had purposely increased her speed as an experiment. It was as if this level of acceleration was just a casual lift to her. He even had a feeling that what he had seen was just the tip of the iceberg. Lin Yan's ability might be much more than that. Do you believe in yourself now? You can do it. You're much better than that. You just lack someone to guide you. Lin Yan patted Yun Xian's shoulder encouragingly. Yun Xian stared at the girl before him, speechless. Actually, he still didn't believe in himself. However, he believed in the person before him. Coach. I don't believe in myself, but I believe in you. Yun Xian muttered resolutely. On the other hand, Mo Shuyun was still worried, so he came over to watch Lin Yan train. In the end, this was the scene he saw as soon as he arrived. Yun Xian looked as though he had been ravaged. He was drenched in sweat, and his legs were wobbly. Lin Yan was supporting him, but he couldn't even stand properly. Yun Xian's eyes were even a little red, as if he had just cried. Damn! Goddess, you, didn't I ask you to be gentler? Aren't you being a little too intense? Mo Shuyun rushed over anxiously. Lin Yan rubbed her nose. I'm already very gentle. Just as he finished speaking, Yun Xian fainted with a thud and fell to the ground. Mo Shuyun was so shocked that he ran over and helped her up. You! This! Shout! 1. Soft? Lin Yan was speechless. Mo Shuyun asked, what did you do to him? Lin Yan replied, I really didn't do anything to him, it was just a car race. Babies, Happy New Year. I've spent another year with you guys. Let's continue to have fun together in 2021. End of chapter. Chapter 1278. The competition was imminent, and Yun Xian was a seeded player in the team. How could Mo Shuyun not be worried? He quickly sent him to the hospital while He Lefeng and Qi Feng left with him. He was fine. He had just overexerted himself in a short period of time. Mo Shuyun asked, overexerted? Qi Feng replied, collapse. He Lefeng asked, sister, what did you do to him? Lin Yan scratched her head. It was just ordinary training. Mo Shuyun, Qi Feng, and He Lefeng were speechless. Meanwhile, at JM Corporation, Pei Yuqing was already in the meeting room when Ching Mo led Pei Li to the president's office. Pei Li held the phone that Lin Yan had given him and surveyed the room expressionlessly. Then, he found a couch and sat down. Young Master Pei Li, do you have any other instructions? After Lin Yan was gone, Pei Li's expression had changed completely. His originally weak and cute face was now filled with coldness. However, perhaps because he was in a good mood, Pei Li didn't look that scary. He merely waved his hand, indicating that silent disaster could leave. Ching Mo heaved a sigh of relief and left. Ching Mo, the JM Corporation's special assistant who had always been capable and calm, acted as though he was facing a formidable enemy. Secretary Lin, have all the staff been cleared? Assistant Cheng, the top floor has been cleared. Not the top floor. The top 3 floors. 3 floors? All of them? Yes, all of them. No one is allowed to approach the 3rd floor, especially the president's office. Do you understand? Yes. Xing Chen and Ling Yu rushed over. Have the guards been transferred here? Ching Mo asked immediately. Xing Chen panted and nodded. They're here. They're all F-class. There are also 2 E-class warriors outside. Ching Mo calmed down when he heard that even E-class warriors had been transferred. All right. Ling Yu shrugged. As far as I know, given the evolved being inside, even an A-class evolved being wouldn't be able to do anything, let alone 2 E-class warriors. Ching Mo and Xing Chen's faces stiffened. Xing Chen peeked inside and asked, how's the little devil doing now? Ching Mo said in a low voice, it's all right, it's pretty quiet. According to my observations over the past 2 days, young Master Pei Li's temperament doesn't seem to be what the rumors say. Perhaps we're just overly anxious. Ling Yu said helplessly, I hope so. At the entrance of the building, a man and a woman, 2 E-class evolvers, were guarding it solemnly. During this time, the female evolved human with short hair went in to deliver some fruits and snacks. Pei Li's reaction was normal. 2 hours passed quickly. Xing Chen, Ching Mo, Ling Yu, and the others were tensed up as they stood guard outside. Ching Mo glanced at the office and glanced at the time on his phone. He heaved a sigh of relief. Xing Chen took out a lollipop and relaxed a little. He sighed and said, I can get off work in a while. Cheng Mo didn't dare to let his guard down. He asked the female evolved human beside him, Little Ku, how's young Master Pei Li? The female evolved human was the core confidant of the Pei family. Her rank was similar to Xing Chen's. This time, she had been transferred here urgently. It was only after she arrived that she found out that it was the missing young Master Pei Li. It was rumored that young Master Pei Li was extremely dangerous. However, after interacting with him a few times, she realized that the rumored little devil with the highest status and terrifying abilities was actually a very cute little boy. Chapter 1279. After Ji Lan left, Kuman took care of all the matters on hand. Kuman was a natural evolver with excellent aptitude. She was currently an E-level evolver. Based on her current evolution speed, it was very likely that she would reach D-level before Xing Chen. Hence, her status in the Pei family was not low. Kuman replied calmly, Assistant Cheng, don't worry. Everything is normal with young Master Pei Li. Cheng Mo looked at the time. It was time for afternoon tea. He hurriedly got someone to send the refreshments over. Xing Chen took it from her and said, I'll go in this time. We can't always let a girl take the risk. Kuman leaned to the side and snatched the refreshments from Xing Chen's hands. She smiled and said, Xing Chen, abilities are not based on gender. Although I'm a girl, I'm an evolved being with the highest level. This kind of thing should naturally be left to me. Xing Chen naturally did not want to be looked down upon in front of Lingyu. He said coldly, Kuman, in terms of evolved beings, you and I are of the same level. Kuman smiled. I broke through a week ago and evolved to D-level. Upon hearing Kuman's words, Xing Chen and Cheng Mo looked at her in surprise. That was fast. Moreover, I was the one who went in the previous 2 times. Young Master Pei Li was very gentle and did not do anything harmful to me. He even nodded to thank me, Kuman said. Xing Chen was speechless. Gentle? Do you have some misunderstanding about young Master Pei Li? Even if you haven't seen young Master Pei Li when he goes crazy, you should have heard about it, right? Do you think it's easy to take care of a child this time? But I successfully completed the previous 2 times, didn't I? Kuman clearly did not take Xing Chen's words seriously. Moreover, it's precisely because the mission is important that it should be done by me. Otherwise, if you could do it yourself, why would you transfer me from the headquarters? Xing Chen still wanted to say something, but Lingyu pulled him back. Lingyu stuffed a lollipop into his mouth and stopped him from speaking. She glanced at Kuman and said, What's the point of saying so much? Let her go if she wants to. After all, she is courting death. How can you stop her? Upon hearing Lingyu's words, Xing Chen immediately stopped talking. Oh. Lingyu was right. He had good intentions, but others might think that he was trying to snatch the credit. Why would he go looking for trouble? Cheng Mo didn't refute Kuman. After all, in terms of evolvers, Kuman was the highest. It would be safer for her to go in. From Kuman's words, Pei Li seemed to accept her and had no intention of attacking her. Assistant Cheng, don't worry and leave it to me. Even if something unexpected happens, I'll be able to handle it, Kuman said. Cheng Mo's expression didn't relax at all as he reminded him, Little Ku, remember my words. Young Master Pei Li's temperament is unpredictable. He might say or do something wrong and anger him. When you go in, don't say or do anything you shouldn't. In short, just put down your things and leave. Don't stay too long. Cheng Mo had repeated this countless times. Kuman couldn't help but feel a little annoyed. She gave a perfunctory reply and knocked on the door. Then, she pushed the door open and went in with the refreshments. End of chapter. Chapter 1280. Xing Chen snorted coldly. She doesn't know what's good for her. Are you worried that I'll steal her credit? Cheng Mo patted him on the shoulder. Xiaoke's level is high, so it's more suitable for her to go in. Besides, she's a girl, so young Master Pei Li won't be as aggressive towards her. We'll get off work soon. Don't cause any more trouble. Xing Chen fell silent. He crossed his arms and leaned against the wall, waiting for dinner. In the president's office, Pei Li was still sitting obediently on the couch. The phone that Lin Yan had given him was on the coffee table. The little fellow rested his chin on his hands as he stared at the phone. He missed his mother, he wanted to send his mother a message, he wanted to call his mother first, he wanted to hear his mother's voice, he really wanted to, however, he was worried that he would disturb his mother's work. Pei Li couldn't. He had to be a sensible and obedient child. Otherwise, his mother would hate him. Pei Li, Mommy patted your head and slept with you. Mommy even gave you a phone and a little crab. You should be satisfied. Kuman entered and placed the tea and snacks on the coffee table. Looking at the little fellow's smiling and distressed look, he was completely an adorable little baby. When she had come to the Pei family, she hadn't had the right to enter the headquarters. Hence, she had only heard about young Master Pei Li. Both of his sons were extremely talented, but his eldest son was terrifyingly powerful. There were even rumors that he was immortal. There were also rumors that he was too powerful, so he couldn't control himself. He would often go berserk, and every time he went berserk, it would be terrifying. However, no one knew why he had disappeared for so long. However, at that moment, Kuman studied the little fellow in front of her. His eyes were as bright as black grapes, and they were filled with radiance. His face was delicate, and his features resembled Pei Yucheng's. His troubled expression looked charmingly naive and adorable. How could such a little angel be rumored to be a terrifying little devil? Given Pei Li's ability, everyone knew that he would most likely be the future heir of the Pei Corporation. It wasn't easy for her to get close to the little prince. How could she give it to Xing Chen? If she won the little prince's favor, then President Pei, however, how could she leave an impression on Pei Li if she only gave him snacks? He probably didn't even know who he was. At this moment, Kuman had long forgotten Cheng Mo's words. After putting down the things, she didn't leave immediately. Kuman straightened her clothes and revealed a gentle and kind expression. She smiled and said, "Young master, I've prepared some refreshments for you. Have a taste and see if you like them. If you don't like it, I'll change it for you right away. Or, is there anything in particular you'd like to eat?" Kuman talked for a long time, but Pei Li was immersed in his own world and did not respond at all. "Young master. Young master." Kuman called out again, but Pei Li still ignored her. Kuman felt a little defeated, but she still didn't give up. Seeing Pei Li staring at the phone on the coffee table, Kuman felt strange. What's so special about this phone? Seeing the cute little crab hanging on the phone, Kuman couldn't help but laugh. To actually like this kind of thing, he was indeed still a child. End of chapter. Chapter 1281. Kuman glanced at the little crab and found a topic to talk about. "Young master, your phone is really nice. This little crab is so cute." As Kuman spoke, she deliberately moved closer and reached out to touch the little crab's phone. Almost at the moment when Kuman's hand touched that little crab, a terrifying pressure came from all directions. The originally quiet room seemed to have been distorted at this moment. Kuman's knuckles all the way to her arm made a terrifying sound. Then, her body fell against the wall behind her like a kite with a broken string. The pressure was so terrifying that Kuman's eardrums hurt, and her vision began to blur. In her blurry vision, she could only see the adorable little baby sitting on the sofa with a gloomy expression on his face. He was surrounded by a terrifying pressure, as though he had crawled out of hell. At the same time, Cheng Mo, Xing Chen, and Ling Yu, who were outside the door, suddenly clutched their chests and spat out a mouthful of blood. The low-level evolver standing guard outside fainted immediately. Cheng Mo spat out a mouthful of blood and glanced at the president's office in a panic. His face was filled with despair. "Oh no. Ling Yu, are you all right?" Xing Chen hurried over to check on Ling Yu. Ahem. Ahem. I'm fine. Hurry and inform Brother Yu." Ling Yu wiped the blood from the corner of her mouth and tried to stand up. However, the pressure intensified. That natural sense of oppression that came from a higher level almost made their knees bend. The three of them glanced at each other, their eyes filled with fear. This was the first time they had truly felt Pei Li's fear. Just the pressure alone was enough to make them lose the ability to resist. What kind of terrifying evolved ability was that? No wonder the Pei family had placed Pei Li in such a heavily guarded place since he was young. They had even sent all the top experts of the Pei family to guard him. They hadn't allowed him to get close to anyone, not even his biological mother. Although he was the Pei family's secret weapon, he was also a huge ticking time bomb. If the Pei family couldn't control him, they could suffer a backlash at any time. Wasn't Kuman fine when she entered? What happened? Xing Chen resisted the pressure with great difficulty. He slowly approached the door of the office and went in to check on the situation. When the three of them finally pushed the door open, they saw Kuman clutching her arm in pain. She was paralyzed in the corner. At this moment, Pei Li was completely like a demon. He picked up the phone on the coffee table and walked towards Kuman step by step. He said word by word, "Who allowed you to touch her?" The sound was so frightening that it made one's bones tremble. When Xing Chen heard this, he realized that something was wrong. He glared at Kuman and said, "Kuman, what did you touch?" Kuman's mouth was still bleeding. At this moment, she could not calm down at all. She was so panicked that her whole body was trembling. She could not believe that she, a D-class evolver, could not even resist the coercion of this child. I didn't touch. I didn't touch anything." Kuman was stupefied. She had no idea what she had done. Pei Li's expression was cold and emotionless. He gently touched the little crab on the phone and took out the disinfectant tissue on the table. He wiped it gently and said softly, "You touched it." Pei Li thought, "Who allowed you to touch my little crab?" End of this chapter. Chapter 1282. She touched it? What did she touch? Kuman, who was in a state of panic, finally remembered that she seemed to have touched the little crab just now. Wasn't it just a cheap accessory? She had merely touched it a little. How could he have lost control of himself? Cheng Imo, who had a rough idea of the situation, was on the verge of breaking down. "Xiao Ku, didn't I tell you repeatedly to put it down and leave immediately? Why did you touch something you shouldn't have?" "I merely touched it because I thought it was cute." "Young master, why are you so angry over this? It's just a cheap accessory. If young master likes it, I can buy countless of them." Kuman couldn't understand why Pei Li would be so angry. Cheng Imo clutched his chest. He couldn't communicate with her at all. How could he predict Pei Li's thoughts? Of course, he wouldn't know what had angered Pei Li. No one could know Pei Li's thoughts. That was why he had told her not to do anything she shouldn't have. This crab, was it because Lin Yan had given it to him? No matter what, Pei Li was too dangerous for him to go crazy just because someone had touched it. No wonder President Pei had been so afraid of young Master Pei. Are you King stupid? Why did you touch it for no reason? Are you out of your mind? Xing Chen couldn't help but curse. Just as Kuman finished speaking, the pressure in the surroundings increased by several times. Kuman spat out a mouthful of blood and almost fainted. Xing Chen and Cheng Imo couldn't take it anymore. Right at this moment, an equally powerful pressure suddenly swept over like a sound wave. When the two forces collided, their bones felt as though they were about to shatter. Pei Yuqing had rushed over after his meeting with Ling Yu. Shaoli, Pei Li glanced at his father emotionlessly. Both father and son's eyes met. Both of them looked as though they had been cast from the same mold. Cheng Imo and Xing Chen could sense the murderous intent in their eyes. Xing Chen swallowed his saliva and retreated slowly. Cheng Imo was flustered, as he didn't know how to handle this situation. If the two of them got into a fight, the entire JM Corporation wouldn't be able to withstand it. Just as everyone's faces were filled with despair, someone knocked on the door. The next second, with a creak, the office door was pushed open from the outside. A small gift. It was the same small gift. The moment Lin Yan heard the familiar voice, the two frighteningly powerful forces vanished without a trace. The iciness on Pei Li's face turned into delight, and the aloofness in his eyes was replaced by passion. It was as though Lin Yan was the only person left in the world. Her entire body turned soft and tender. The little fellow scampered over to Lin Yan and called out sweetly, "Sister." Lin Yan had just pushed the door open when she saw a short-haired girl leaning against the wall. Her chest was covered in blood, and she looked like she was on the verge of death. Xing Chen, Ching Imo, and Ling Yu weren't any better. The three of them were pale and unsteady. Pei Yucheng, who had always looked gentle, had an unfamiliar expression on his face. However, this coldness disappeared the moment he pushed the door open, as though it was an illusion. End of chapter. Chapter 1283. Lin Yan didn't know what had happened. However, when she sensed danger, she squatted down and hugged Pei Li protectively. "Xiaoli, what happened?" Pei Li's face stiffened and he clenched his fists tightly. When he regained his senses, he regretted it immediately. He was worried that his mother would discover the truth. Lin Yan assumed that Pei Li was scared out of his wits when he remained silent. She glanced at Pei Yucheng. "What happened? What happened?" Pei Yucheng adjusted his glasses and walked over to take Lin Yan's bag and jacket from her. Then, he replied calmly, "Nothing. A few intruders broke in." Lin Yan looked anxious. Were they the ones who wanted to capture Xiaoli? Pei Yucheng nodded. "Yeah, I think so. Don't worry. They have been dealt with." Lin Yan heaved a sigh of relief. No wonder Cheng Imo and the others had been injured. "That's great." Pei Li's face was filled with shock as he gazed at Pei Yucheng with a conflicted expression. He hadn't expected Pei Yucheng to hide the truth for him time and time again. Lin Yan hugged him and comforted him. "Xiaoli, don't be afraid. The bad guys have been chased away. Sister and Uncle Pei won't let the bad guys take you away again. Don't worry. How are you? Are you hurt? Are you feeling unwell?" Pei Li listened to his mother's worry and comforting words. All the grievances in his heart surged as she hugged him anxiously. The little fellow rubbed his head against Lin Yan's chest. His eyes were slightly red as he held the little crab on his phone. His voice was hoarse and choked. "Sister. The little crab that sister gave me was touched by the bad guys. It's dirty. This is a gift from sister." Lin Yan watched as the little fellow held the little crab like it was a treasure. He looked as though he had been greatly wronged. Although she felt that the little fellow's focus was a little off, in her eyes, Pei Li was just a 5-year-old kid who didn't know anything. He was innocent, so it was normal for him to say something like that. Lin Yan's heart melted as she comforted him. "Xiaoli, don't be angry. Don't be sad. Sister will wipe it for you. It won't be dirty anymore." Ke Man, who was on the verge of death, was speechless. The heavily injured Cheng Imo, the listless Xing Chen, Ling Yu, who could not stand steadily. They were the ones who were injured. "Why did you look so wronged?" It was as if you had been bullied by them. Pei Li had changed so quickly that Ke Man was dumbfounded. Pei Yucheng's lie had shocked her as well. However, her will to live made her choose to shut up and say nothing. "Ling Yu, Xing Chen, Assistant Cheng, and this lady, how are you? Let's go to the hospital quickly. It's all thanks to you guys today." Lin Yan thanked Ling Yu and the others. Pei Li stuck his head out of Lin Yan's embrace and thanked them softly. "Thank you, big brother. Thank you, sister, for protecting me." Cheng Imo and the rest shuddered at the same time. They even had goosebumps. Ke Man didn't even dare to look Pei Li in the eye. She wiped the blood from the corner of her mouth and mumbled, I'm fine." Cheng Imo wiped his sweat and cooperated. "No. You're welcome. It's my job." The corner of Xing Chen's mouth twitched. "It's what I should do." All of them were best actors. This was, end of chapter. Chapter 1284. Ching Mo and the others listened to Pei Li's obedient and adorable words of gratitude. They didn't even dare to breathe loudly. With such a powerful evolutionary ability and a temperament that was unpredictable, the harmless child in front of him was truly a horrifying existence. Although Pei Li had been very dangerous in the past, he had fortunately been under the Pei family's control. Now, the little devil had left the Pei family, so he was extremely dangerous. Besides, he had the organization behind him that made all evolved beings tremble in fear, the undying indestructible organization. Pei Li was truly unscrupulous now. No one could control him, not even Pei Yucheng. The only person in this world who could affect Pei Li was probably Lin Yan. They couldn't imagine what would have happened if Lin Yan hadn't arrived in time. Cheng Mo's body trembled as he instinctively shuddered in Lin Yan's direction. In the next few days, Zhao Hongling had given Lin Yan a break. Hence, Lin Yan focused on training Yun Xian. When she wasn't around, Pei Yucheng would take care of Shaoli. This time, no one dared to let their guard down around Pei Li. Cheng Mo held his phone 24/7, ready to seek help from Lin Yan. In the blink of an eye, it was the day of Summit Entertainment's anniversary. Almost everyone knew that Lin Yan was going to be blacklisted. The circle was only so big. Even the slightest sign of trouble would quickly spread to everyone. Besides, Xiao Kechuan had made such a big move this time. She had directly announced that she would blacklist Lin Yan. Anyone who cooperated with Lin Yan would be going against Xiao Kechuan. Xiao Kechuan wasn't scary. What was scary was the power behind her. Sigh. Lin Yan has really kicked an iron plate this time. How dare she snatch Xiao Kechuan's resources? She's really ignorant and fearless. Didn't I hear that Lin Yan has a close relationship with President Chu? How could she be blacklisted so easily? Please, although President Chu is the boss of Summit Entertainment, Xiao Kechuan's boyfriend is the younger brother of the JM Corporation's president. He represents the JM Corporation. How can they be on the same level? I think Lin Yan is doomed this time. Even President Chu won't be able to protect her. Chu Jiao, who was chatting and drinking with his business partners, turned as pale as a ghost when he heard the whispers around him. If he had a scandal with the lady boss, he probably wouldn't be able to live. He had been stuck between Pei Yucheng and Pei Yutong, so he didn't dare get involved in this scandal. What if his boss misunderstood something? But if he didn't do anything, when the boss blamed him, he would still die. Hee. Xiao Kexian was dressed in a bright red sequin dress. Accompanied by her manager, she leisurely walked into the banquet hall. The surrounding artistes and guests immediately surrounded them and tried to get close to them. Kechuan, you are so beautiful today. That's right, she's getting more and more beautiful. It must be because of the nourishment of love, someone teased. By the way, will third young master really attend today? I've never seen this legendary third young master before. I'm sure he's also very handsome. After all, Pei Yutong couldn't be too shabby with his two older brothers' good looks. Seeing that Xiao Kechuan managed to win over such a noble young master, the surrounding female artists were all envious. End of chapter. Chapter 1285. Xiao Kechuan, who was basking in everyone's compliments, replied calmly, "He's usually busy, so I think he'll be here later." A few actresses chimed in excitedly. It's not easy for him to show his face. This third young master is very mysterious. He never appears in public and no one knows what he looks like. If it weren't for Kechuan, we wouldn't have the chance to meet him. Xiao Kechuan grinned. You guys are exaggerating. The actresses beside her batted their eyelashes. We're not exaggerating. We're different from you, Kechuan. You see him every day, so of course you won't think so. Xiao Kechuan grinned widely as she glanced in Lin Yan's direction. Everyone knew how to read between the lines. Someone immediately said, Kechuan, don't bother with Lin Yan, who only knows how to suck up to her boss. She thinks that she can do whatever she wants just because President Chu is supporting her. She really doesn't know her place. Don't mention her. How can Lin Yan compare to Kexuan? Kexuan is the future third young mistress of the Pei family. Who does she think she is? Ha ha ha. Didn't Lin Yan create a scandal with Mr. Pei and claim that she is the second young mistress of the Pei family? Let's see how Kexuan, the real young mistress, will embarrass her. Despite Lin Yan's current status, there was no one around her. Everyone avoided her and didn't even dare greet her. They were afraid that they would get into trouble. These people are so snobbish. They even tried to get close to you, Sister Yen. Now that the wind is blowing in the wrong direction, they are all gone. Duo said indignantly. Who cares about them? I won't lose a single cent even if they ignore me. Lin Yan waved her hand dismissively. Suddenly, Lin Yan seemed to recall something. She glanced at Zhao Hongling and asked, "Hold on. Will this affect our profits?" Zhao Hongling looked helpless when she heard Lin Yan's concern. However, she was used to it and replied, "President Chu has been coordinating with us, so our collaboration hasn't been affected yet. Director Gua has also withstood the pressure to ensure that you will be the female lead of this year's production. However, some of our partners have delayed the signing of the contract. I reckon they are waiting to see what happens." Lin Yan heaved a sigh of relief. That's good. Duo stomped her feet anxiously when she saw how confident Lin Yan was. But I heard that third young master will be Qiao Kexuan's partner tonight. Is Pei Yutong really coming? Lin Yan raised an eyebrow. Yeah, Qiao Kexuan has been showing off for the whole night. She's already confirmed that she'll come. Now that third master is here to support Qiao Kexuan, it's a completely different story. If that happens, no one in the entertainment industry will dare to hire you. If that happens, you'll really be banned. How are you going to make money then? Duo said worriedly. Lin Yan had been training in seclusion for the past few days and hadn't paid much attention to the outside world. However, Qiao Kexuan had been at odds with her for a long time, so she had expected this day. However, she had never believed the rumors about Pei Yutong and Qiao Kexuan. Was Pei Yutong really going to support Qiao Kexuan? How could Pei Yutong be so bold? Whether Pei Yutong had the guts to do so was secondary. Most importantly, Lin Yan didn't believe that a single man like Pei Yutong would fall in love. When she realized that this matter might affect her earnings, Lin Yan picked up her phone and sent Pei Yutong a message. End of this chapter. Chapter 1286. Misty City amid the setting sun, you there? This car is not going to kindergarten, yes. Dad, what can I do for you? Misty City amid the setting sun, I have something to ask you. I heard that you're dating Qiao Kexuan. This car is not going to kindergarten, what the hell? Me dating? Qiao Kexuan? What the hell is going on? Lin Yan knew that her guess was right. Misty City amid the setting sun, since you're not dating, are you going to attend Summit Entertainment's anniversary celebration as her partner? This car is not going to kindergarten, Dad, how do you know? Misty City amid the setting sun, of course. I'm also an artist of Summit Entertainment. Everyone knows that. Don't change the subject, answer me first. This car is not going to kindergarten. She did me a favor before, and I owe her one. She asked me to accompany her to the anniversary celebration, and I agreed. But something came up at the last minute, so I can't go. I was about to call her to tell her about it when you sent me a message. Misty City amid the setting sun, you're not coming again? This car is not going to kindergarten, yes, I asked my friend to help me make an appointment with the manager of the Lane racing team. I'm going to talk to him. Lin Yan was rendered speechless by his reply. It was indeed Pei Yutong's style to stand up so casually. Given Pei Yutong's personality, dating would be the same as racing for the rest of his life. Since he had said so, Lin Yan had a rough idea of the truth. Qiao Kexuan must have used racing to get close to Pei Yutong. At the same time, she must have used Pei Yutong's name to intimidate him. Based on Pei Yutang's personality, he didn't care about anything else other than racing. He probably didn't even know that he had been involved in a scandal. Naturally, he didn't know that tonight was a trap. He had been used as a spear, and the target was his father. However, he hadn't expected that Xiao Keshuan would stand him up after such a long time. This car isn't going to kindergarten, Dad, I'm so touched. Why are you suddenly so concerned about me? Misty City amid the setting sun, I'm afraid that you'll still help the person earn money after being sold. Oh right, why did you suddenly ask out the manager of the Lane racing team? This car is not going to kindergarten. Oh, something came up. Dad, I'm in a hurry, so I can't talk to you anymore. Talk to you next time. Sister Yen. Sister Yen? Duo panicked when she realized that Lin Yen was still in the mood to chat. Sister Yen, are you listening to me? Lin Yen nodded. Yes. Didn't you say that if Pei Yutang came to support Xiao Keshuan, would be blacklisted? Don't worry, Pei Yutang won't be here today. Plenty was taken aback. Huh? How did you know? Lin Yen replied, because I'm good at fortune-telling. Furthermore, his predictions are accurate. Duo was annoyed. Sister Yen, you're joking again. Lin Yen shrugged. Alright, I'll tell you the truth. Actually, Pei Yutang sent me a WeChat message just now. Given my background, no one would dare to blacklist me. Even Pei Yutang has to call me Daddy when he sees me. Duo was rendered speechless. She didn't want to talk to Lin Yen anymore. Alright. I'll believe that you're good at fortune-telling. Lin Yen was speechless. She would rather believe that she was a fraud than believe that Pei Yutang would call her Daddy. End of this chapter. Chapter 1287. Oh yeah. Lin Yen, I have good news for you, Zhao Hongling said. What is it? Lin Yan's eyes lit up. MY Corporation, a brand under the Xia Corporation, wants you to be their spokesperson. They are very sincere and the price is right. They sent you the contract yesterday, Zhao Hongling replied. Lin Yen blinked in confusion. Xia Corporation? Uncle Xia, who had wooed her mother, was the boss of MY Corporation, Xia Zheng. She had tried to matchmake him with her mother, but he was even more straightforward than she was. She couldn't bring him along. Although they hadn't contacted each other often, Xia Zheng had been concerned about her mother. It seemed like he hadn't given up. Duo's eyes widened. Wow. It can't be. Their previous spokesperson was the movie queen, Qin Miao. I heard that Xiao Keshuan is contacting them too. Sister Ling, you're amazing. Zhao Hongling chuckled. I'm not amazing. I didn't do anything. Lin Yen has been in the limelight recently, and Xiao Keshuan has been suppressing her. I've been avoiding her, so I didn't ask you to compete with her for MY. This time, I came looking for you. They didn't even need to audition and signed the contract. I was shocked too. Zhao Hongling glanced at Lin Yen. Lin Yen, are you close to someone from the Xia Corporation? She couldn't think of any other reason why the Xia Corporation would choose to work with Lin Yen at such a sensitive time. Although the Xia Corporation was a famous corporation in the country, it wasn't on the same level as JM. There was no need to choose a female celebrity who might offend JM. Duo was reminded of the KNO Corporation's president, Ji Mingzhi. She studied Lin Yen cautiously. Could the senior management of the Xia Corporation be one of your rumored boyfriends? Don't spout nonsense. What rumored boyfriend? I only have one legitimate boyfriend. Lin Yen stroked her chin and said, if I'm not wrong, he should be my father. Duo was speechless. What? Duo couldn't understand Lin Yan's thoughts. She had said that Pei Yutang had to address her as daddy, and that the senior management of the Xia Corporation was her father. Isn't your father the chairman of Lin Group, Lin Yuetong? Duo was speechless. Lin Yen grinned. My mother divorced him a long time ago. She won't allow me to have a new father. Lin Yan had her reservations about Xie Zheng as well. Perhaps it was because of Lin Yuedong's horrible father. She was worried that Xie Zheng, who was surrounded by beautiful women in the business world, wouldn't be able to get his love for her mother. However, what happened this time surprised her. No matter what, they could only be considered unrelated, yet Xie Zheng had risked offending JM Corporation to make her their spokesperson. Lin Yan mulled it over for a moment before she replied, "Sister Ling, hold on. I'll call the Xia Corporation and ask them about this." She found a secluded spot and called Xie Zheng. Lin Yan replied, "Hello, Uncle Xie." Xie Zheng said, "Hey, Yan, why did you suddenly call me?" Lin Yan replied, "I just suddenly thought of you. How have you been?" Chapter 1288. I'm fine. I'm just worried about your mother. I know that you're busy with work, so I didn't dare to disturb you. How is your mother? How is she? Xie Zheng couldn't help but ask about He Muyan. She's been fine. It's a pity that she hasn't mentioned you much. Lin Yan tried to sound him out. She wanted to know how Xie Zheng felt about her mother. Xie Zheng coughed and smiled bitterly. I know. It's fine. I won't disturb her. After being rejected so many times, Xie Zheng couldn't help but feel discouraged. He was also afraid that He Muyan would hate him. The more he thought about it, the harder it was for him to get close to her. Lin Yan listened to his desolate tone and felt that there was hope. She raised an eyebrow. Uncle Xie, do you still like my mother? Xie Zheng fell silent for a moment before he sighed. I've never stopped. How could I not like her? Then why didn't you pursue her? Asked Lin Yan bluntly. Xie Zheng felt awkward. He coughed lightly and said, I can't catch up to him. Lin Yan snorted. Is it that difficult to pursue someone? When I was chasing after my boyfriend, it was quite easy. Xie Zheng chuckled softly. Really? Can you share your experience with Uncle Xie? How long did you pursue her? Lin Yan tried to recall. I chased her for about 10 seconds. Xie Zheng was speechless. Lin Yan changed the topic. Oh yeah, Uncle Xie. I heard from my manager that your company wants me to endorse MY brand. Do you know about this? Xie Zheng replied, yes, I did. Lin Yan was speechless. Indeed, Lin Yan got straight to the point. Do you know my current situation? I offended the girlfriend of the third young master of JM Corporation and I'm being blacklisted. If you want me to endorse the brand now, wouldn't you be disrespecting JM Corporation? Xie Zheng replied, I can't afford to offend JM Corporation, but I'm not afraid of it either. Besides, I know the president of JM Corporation. He wouldn't make things difficult for the Xia Corporation because of this. Lin Yan asked, just because of this? Xie Zheng hesitated for some time before he said, it's also because. I really don't know what to do for her. It's not easy for me to do something for her. I just want to help. Although Xie Zheng had made it sound easy, Lin Yan knew that this wasn't a small matter. Merchants valued profits, and no one would take such a risk easily. Lin Yan scratched her head and sighed heavily. I'm not good at wooing anyone. It's too easy for me to woo a boyfriend. My experience isn't of much use to you. Otherwise, would have helped you. Xie Zheng didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He replied, actually, I'm not usually like this. It's just that I don't know what to do when it comes to your mother. Lin Yan pondered for a moment. He had a lot of tricks up his sleeves when it came to wooing girls. Should she ask him for advice? After she ended the call with Xie Zheng, Lin Yan's eyes darted to Qiao Keshuan, who was surrounded by the crowd. Qiao Keshuan's phone suddenly rang. Looking at the caller ID, Qiao Keshuan's calm face revealed a trace of joy. However, no one knew what the person on the other end of the phone said, but Qiao Keshuan's expression suddenly changed. In the end, Qiao Keshuan hung up the phone with a dark face. Lin Yan raised an eyebrow. It seemed like Pei Yutong had stood Xiao Kechuan up. Chapter 1289. Kechuan, is that third young master? When is he coming? An actress in a white dress, who hadn't noticed Xiao Kechuan's dark expression, asked curiously. In an instant, everyone's gaze fell on Xiao Kechuan. Xiao Kechuan smiled calmly and replied, he has something to attend to. He'll come later. The other actresses nodded in understanding. Lin Yan, who was standing nearby, couldn't help but raise her eyebrows when she heard Xiao Kechuan. Pei Yutong wouldn't lie to her, so it was obvious that Xiao Kechuan was lying. She was probably trying to stall for time to get Pei Yutong over. Sure enough, he soon saw Xiao Kechuan sending a message on her phone. Xiao Kechuan, Yutong, you promised me earlier. Can't you come over to accompany me? Pei Yutong, I can't. Xiao Kechuan, even if you just want to show your face. Just 10 minutes? Will 10 minutes do? Pei Yutong, I already said that I have something to attend to. Don't you understand Chinese? Xiao Kechuan, Lu Hao will be at the banquet today. Didn't you say that you wanted to meet him? Pei Yutong, I won't be free even if God is here today. Xiao Kechuan was speechless. Xiao Kechuan had tried all sorts of methods, but Pei Yutong had simply said that he wasn't free. He hadn't even replied to her messages or calls. Xiao Kechuan was so furious that she almost lost control of herself. She had already lowered her voice, but Pei Yutong hadn't given her any face at all. He didn't seem to have any tender feelings for her at all. When she had first met Pei Yutong, he had been like this. If it hadn't been for the common topic of racing, she wouldn't have even spoken to him. Fortunately, no other woman could get close to Pei Yutong. She was the only special one. Maybe he really had something important to do tonight, so he couldn't come. Xiao Kechuan could only console herself. Everyone in the industry knew about her relationship with Pei Yutong. Even if Pei Yutong didn't turn up, it wouldn't affect her much. The guests arrived one by one. Zhao Hongling scanned the room and spotted director Guo and the others by the window. The new movie that Guo Changfeng was working on was an S-grade project that Summit Entertainment had allocated the most resources this year. Many people had fought over it, but in the end, Lin Yan had gotten it. Even Xiao Kechuan hadn't been able to beat her. Lin Yan, director Guo, and the others are here. Let's go and greet them, said Zhao Hongling. Lin Yan nodded and followed Zhao Hongling and Duo. The director, Guo Changfeng, and the producer, Qin Xiuping, seemed to be discussing something. The two of them did not look as relaxed and happy as if they were attending a banquet. Instead, they looked serious. The scriptwriter at the side looked a little agitated. He was arguing with the producer, and the atmosphere between the three of them looked a little tense. Director Guo. Producer Qin. Teacher Zhao. Lin Yan walked over to greet him. The three of them looked a little awkward when they saw Lin Yan. Then, they greeted her politely. The scriptwriter was delighted to see Lin Yan. Lin Yan. Come quickly. I was just talking to Director Guo about you. My movie is tailor-made for you. Thank you, Teacher Zhao. Thank you, Director Guo. I've been reading the script for the past 2 days. I hope I won't let you down, replied Lin Yan humbly. Director Guo sighed heavily. You must have heard some rumors recently. Don't take it to heart. Your role won't change. Chapter 1290. The scriptwriter glanced in Xiao Kechuan's direction, looking displeased. Lin Yan, don't worry. You have to be the female lead of this movie. Otherwise, I would rather not act in this movie than let someone unsuitable take the role. Lin Yan couldn't help but feel touched as she listened to the director and scriptwriter. She knew that they had been under a lot of pressure this time, but they hadn't replaced the actress. Especially Director Guo, the old man was already 60 years old this year, and he personally took care of everything for this movie. The producer looked bitter as he glanced at the director and scriptwriter helplessly. It's easy for the two of you to say that. I'm the one bearing all the pressure now. Director Guo snorted coldly and didn't expose him. If he hadn't argued with scriptwriter Zhao, he would have already backed down and replaced the actress. Zhao Hongling replied gratefully, I know that everyone is under a lot of pressure this time. I'm really grateful for your trust in Lin Yan. She will definitely do her best in this movie. I will follow along with the cast. Director Guo sighed, I've been acting since I was 28 years old. Up until now, I've been acting for more than 30 years. I don't know how many more years I'll be able to continue acting. Perhaps this will be my last movie. I don't want to have any regrets. Lin Yan bowed to Director Guo. Director Guo, I promise you that I will do my best. Okay. Okay, Lin Yan and the others were talking when Xiao Kechuan and her manager, Zheng Xijia, walked over. The director and the producer's faces darkened when they saw them. The scriptwriter's face turned cold. He had worked so hard to write this script, so he naturally hoped that the most suitable actress would be cast. However, Xiao Kechuan knew that she wouldn't be able to control the role, yet she had pressured everyone to take the role. Zheng Xijia glanced at Lin Yan and Zhao Hongling from the corner of her eyes before she turned to Director Guo. Director Guo, have you considered my proposal? Old man Guo's face darkened as he tried to be tactful. Well. Manager Zheng, Kechuan is an outstanding artist. However, the role in our movie might not be suitable for her. She has better choices. His tone was clearly a refusal. Xiao Kechuan's expression changed slightly as she replied, Director Guo, are you saying that my acting isn't as good as Lin Yan's? Old Guo frowned. To be honest, he was indeed inferior. Although Lin Yan had entered the industry much later than Xiao Kechuan, she was very talented and hardworking. She had improved very quickly and few people in the entertainment industry could compare to her. Seeing this, the producer was afraid that Director Guo would accidentally reveal the truth, so he quickly stepped in to smooth things over before he could say anything. My great beauty Xiao. Look at what you're saying. Director Guo is only saying that this role isn't suitable for you. He's not saying that your acting skills aren't good. Isn't Big Beauty Xiao's acting skills obvious to everyone in the entertainment industry? Producer Qin Shuping chimed in. How about this, Beauty Xiao? I have another movie next year that will be produced by a major production company. The cast and resources won't be inferior to this year's movie. The script is tailor-made for you. Beauty Xiao, please do me the honor of being the female lead. The industry had long known about Xiao Kechuan's relationship with the Pei family. Xiao Kechuan was very likely to become the third young mistress of the Pei family. If old Guo hadn't insisted on Lin Yan being the female lead, he would have replaced her a long time ago. Chapter 1291. However, Xiao Kechuan wasn't satisfied with producer Qin's compromise. Xiao Kechuan's manager, Zheng Xijia, looked solemn as she raised her voice. Producer Qin, do you really not understand or are you pretending? I have made myself very clear. Kechuan wants to be the female lead of this film. Do you think that you can send Kechuan away by creating a production team? What do you take us for? Are you trying to pick up the role that others don't want? Producer Qin had already said that. All the cast and resources were the same, and it was a tailor-made script, but Xiao Kechuan was still not satisfied. It was obvious that she wanted to snatch Lin Yan's role. Producer Qin, Director Guo, and the scriptwriter all fell silent. The three of them were under immense pressure. Finally, Director Guo inhaled deeply and said, I'm really sorry, Miss Xiao. The female lead of this film has already been decided. There's no way to change it. Zheng Xijia did not expect Guo Changfeng's attitude to be so tough. She crossed her arms in front of her chest and snorted. She said in disdain, Director Guo, forgive me for saying something unpleasant. People in the circle address you as Director Guo and Mr. Guo respectfully, but at the end of the day, you're just an employee. If they want to ban you, it's just a matter of one sentence. Kechuan wants to act in your show because she thinks highly of you. I think you'd better not think too highly of yourself. Zheng Xijia's words were too harsh. Lin Yan's eyes turned cold instantly. Guo Changfeng was in his 60s and had been filming his entire life. He was a respected senior in the industry. Although the box office earnings of his films weren't as high as commercial films, he had won many international awards. Lin Yan was also his fan. But now, such a virtuous and respectable senior was being scolded by a little girl like Xing Xijie, and Xiao Keshuan had no intention of stopping her. Zhao Hongling looked stern. Manager Zheng, Director Guo is a senior. Aren't you going overboard with your words? Zheng Xijie chuckled contemptuously. She wasn't afraid at all. What's wrong? I'm just speaking the truth. Hearing this, Xiao Keshuan furrowed her brows and seemed to have lost her patience. She said straightforwardly, Old Guo, I understand what you and producer Qin are trying to say. Are you trying to say that it's useless for my manager to talk to you? Xiao Kexian paused for a moment before she continued, since my manager is useless, why don't I get Third Young Master to personally speak to the two of you? Third Young Master had come personally. The moment Xiao Kexian's words fell, Director Guo and producer Qin's faces turned pale, while the scriptwriter's face was filled with anger. If the Third Young Master were to appear personally, then this matter would be huge. How could this be? Isn't this too much? Plenty was so angry that he almost pounced forward to bite him. The coldness on Lin Yan's face dissipated into a faint smile. However, the smile didn't reach her eyes. It was like a bottomless trench. She gently swirled the wine glass in her hand and walked towards Xiao Keshuan. Miss Xiao mentioned earlier that she wanted to talk to Third Young Master personally. Xiao Keshuan glanced at Lin Yan. What's wrong, Miss Lin? Lin Yan grinned. No problem, of course not. Miss Xiao, please do as you say. Why don't you invite Third Young Master over now? Producer Qin was scared out of her wits when she heard Lin Yan. She pulled Lin Yan back. My little princess, don't spout nonsense. Producer Qin hurriedly apologized to Xiao Keshuan. Beauty Xiao, how could we trouble Third Young Master over such a trivial matter? There's no need. There's really no need. Lin Yan raised an eyebrow. Why not? Of course there's a need. I want to see how Third Young Master is going to talk. Producer Qin was speechless. Xiao Keshuan's face darkened when she heard Lin Yan. She had merely said those words to scare them. She hadn't expected Lin Yan to act so unexpectedly. Pei Yutang couldn't come, of course. Lin Yan knew that Xiao Keshuan wouldn't be able to get Pei Yutang to come over tonight. She whipped out her phone unhurriedly and said softly, since Miss Xiao isn't going to call him, why don't I call him over? Chapter 1292. Since Miss Xiao isn't going to call him, why don't I call him over? Everyone was dumbfounded when they heard Lin Yan. Zheng Xijie chuckled when she realized what Lin Yan had said. Lin Yan, are you delusional? Why are you asking Third Young Master to come out? Who do you think you are? Lin Yan chuckled softly. Who am I? I'm his father. You. Zheng Xijie was shocked by Lin Yan's nonsense. Lin Yan. I think you're crazy. You're trying to take advantage of Third Young Master. How dare you say something like that? Xiao Keshuan gazed down at Lin Yan with pity, as though she was looking at a clown. Besides Xiao Keshuan and Zheng Xijie, producer Qin and Duo were in disbelief. Zhao Hongling frowned. Based on her understanding of Lin Yan, she knew that Lin Yan wasn't someone who didn't know her limits. However, Lin Yan's words had crossed the line. It didn't seem like something Lin Yan would say. However, Zhao Hongling couldn't think of a reasonable explanation. Duo tugged at Lin Yan. Sister Yan, what nonsense are you talking about? Producer Qin was on the verge of tears. My dear lady, please spare me. If word of this gets out, we'll all be in trouble. Lin Yan gave them a reassuring look before she turned to Xiao Keshuan. It seems like Miss Xiao can't get him to come out. Xiao Keshuan narrowed her eyes. Did Lin Yan know something? Did she know that Pei Yutang wouldn't be able to come tonight? No, that was impossible. How could she know? Xiao Keshuan quickly dismissed this thought. Zheng Sijie looked contemptuous. Lin Yan, why did you ask Xiao Keshuan to call third young master over? What are you up to? Don't tell me you're trying to use your seductive ways to seduce him. Xiao Keshuan eyed Lin Yan coldly. Lin Yan, who do you think third young master is? Do you think someone like you is worthy of him coming out personally? Lin Yan was certain that Xiao Keshuan couldn't get him to come out. Thus, she nodded and replied, all right then. If you don't want to, I will. She picked up her phone and dialed a number. The call was answered almost instantly. Pei Yutang asked, Mo shi? Dad? Lin Yan asked, where are you? Pei Yutang asked, huh? I'm at the Imperial Hotel. What's wrong? Very good, it was actually very close to the banquet hall, only separated by a road. Lin Yan glanced at the time on her phone and said, you have 5 minutes to come to the banquet hall. Pei Yutang sounded like he was in a difficult position. Huh? I can't, I'm talking to the manager of the Lane racing team about racing. Lin Yan replied, if I don't see you in 5 minutes, you will never be able to race again. Country-wise boarding school welcomes you. Pei Yutang was speechless. Dad, I'll be right there. After Lin Yan hung up, Zheng Sijie and Xiao Keshuan stared at her as though she was a fool. Zheng Sijie sneered at her. Lin Yan, no wonder Director Guo thinks so highly of you. Your acting skills are amazing. What a good acting. Can you call third young master over? Who do you think you are? What a joke. Lin Yan remained silent as she glanced at the time on her phone. Why are you in such a hurry? Who do you think I am? Won't you know in 5 minutes? Xiao Keshuan looked as though she was looking at a clown. She had no idea why Lin Yan would lie. Even if Lin Yan had managed to get Pei Yutang's contact, Pei Yutang clearly had something important to discuss tonight. He had made it very clear in his text message just now. Even the Emperor of Heaven wouldn't be able to call him over. Lin Yan? She would most likely say that Lin Yan couldn't make it if she didn't show up. Chapter 1293. At the same time, Pei Yutang sprinted towards the banquet hall as fast as he could. Back then, sister-in-law could save him from the fate of being sent away by his eldest brother with just one sentence. He completely believed that sister-in-law had the ability to make his eldest brother send him away again. However, why? What had he done wrong for sister-in-law to treat him this way? Was he even her biological son? Pei Yutang finally reached the entrance of the banquet hall. He was panting heavily as he bent over and placed his hands on his knees. His white t-shirt was completely drenched in sweat. Yutang? He heard a familiar voice. Pei Yutang raised his head and looked at the person. Second brother? Pei Nanshu asked, why are you here? It's big sister-in-law. She suddenly got angry and asked me to come over. She even said that if I didn't arrive in 5 minutes, she would ask big brother to send me away. She scared me to death. Second brother, aren't you filming a music video in Country Y? Aren't you coming back next month? Why are you back now? Pei Nanshu was dressed casually. He hadn't even had the time to change out of his formal attire. He looked travel-worn, and his brows were furrowed with fatigue. Pei Nanshu glanced at his silly brother helplessly. Why did I rush back? Don't you know that you got into trouble? Pei Yutang was dumbfounded. Me? How would I know? What did I get into trouble? Pei Nanshu pinched his forehead and sighed. Let me ask you. Are you dating Xiao Keshuan, an artist from our company? Not only did he have to cover for his big brother, but he also had to help his silly brother clean up the mess. Why are you asking me this? I'm not. When did I fall in love with her? I've never intended to date anyone. Second brother, don't you know me? Pei Yutang explained. Pei Nanshu replied, then do you know that she has been secretly spreading rumors about you? Everyone in the industry thinks that she is your girlfriend and the future third young mistress of the Pei family. Pei Yutong hadn't realized the seriousness of the matter. Isn't it normal to have rumors in this industry? Something like this has happened before. Pei Nanshu explained helplessly, it's not a big deal to have a scandal. I didn't interfere because you and Xiao Keshuan were good friends. However, it's different this time. Why is it different this time? Pei Yutong had a bad feeling about this. Pei Nanshu replied, Xiao Keshuan is using your name to blacklist big sister-in-law. What did you say? I'll ban big sister-in-law? Pei Yutong nearly fainted when he heard this. My big brother would kill me. Pei Nanshu glanced at his silly brother speechlessly. When he had heard the news overseas, he had hurriedly dropped his work and rushed back. In the end, his silly little brother didn't know anything and was completely fooled. Pei Yutong's face turned pale with fright. Oh no, oh no. This time, it was really over. No wonder sister-in-law suddenly called me over. Second brother, save me. Pei Nanshu glanced at him helplessly. Think about how to explain this to big sister-in-law first. Although Lin Yan was usually easy to talk to, when she was really angry, even big brother wouldn't dare say a word. They could still vividly remember how terrifying Lin Yan had been when big brother had disregarded his fever and worked hard. End of this chapter. Chapter 1294. In a corner of the banquet hall, an old shareholder who was close to Chu Jiayao patted Chu Jiayao's shoulder and said, President Chu, is there really something going on between you and Lin Yan? Offending the Pei family for a woman doesn't seem like your style, President Chu. Chu Jiayao's head hurt as he waved his hands frantically. President Zhou, be careful with your words. I have nothing to do with Lin Yan. Don't get me into trouble. Director Zhou looked like he already knew what was going on. He smiled and shook his head. Director Chu, we're already so familiar with each other. Why are you hiding this from me? Chu Jiayao was speechless. He really didn't want to get involved in this matter. President Chu, no matter what, I still think that there's something wrong with your handling of this matter. You'd better not offend Xiao Keshuan. Don't forget that old Su has his eyes on you, President Zhou reminded him. Thank you for your reminder, President Zhou. However, I have to remind you not to get involved in this matter. Don't say a word, especially not offend Lin Yan because of Xiao Keshuan. She isn't as simple as you think she is. President Chu, what do you mean? President Zhou couldn't understand why Chu Jiayao was so afraid of a mere artist like Lin Yan. I mean it. Chu Jiayao had just finished speaking when he caught sight of Pei Nanshu and Pei Yutong talking at the entrance of the banquet hall. His legs gave way and he almost fell. Oh no, third young master really came. This. Don't tell me he's here to cause trouble. Today was Summit Entertainment's anniversary celebration. If they were to cause trouble, he would have to resign from the headquarters. Chu Jiayao said to Director Zhou, excuse me. Then, he hurried to the door to welcome them. Nanshu, why are you back so early? Chu Jiayao looked at Pei Nanshu in surprise. He hadn't expected him to be back. I've spoken to the director and applied for 2 days leave, replied Pei Nanshu. Chu Jiayao plastered a smile on his face and greeted Pei Yutong. Oh, third young master. What a rare guest. How did you find the time to visit me today? Pei Yutong wasn't in the mood to talk to Chu Jiayao. He craned his neck to look for someone. At the same time, in the garden behind the banquet hall, Director Gua had injured his leg during filming, so he couldn't stand for long. Lin Yan helped him to a chair in the garden. Lin Yan, I will think of a way. Don't be rash. Gua Changfeng was worried that Lin Yan would be at a disadvantage because she was young and impetuous. Lin Yan grinned. Director Gua, don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Besides, I was the one who caused this. I will resolve it. The higher-ups and shareholders of Summit Entertainment had probably heard about the argument between Lin Yan and Xiao Keshuan, so they walked over and sat around a long table. Producer Qin was still trying to smooth things over. Today is the company's anniversary celebration. There's no need to be unhappy. Why don't we sit down and have a good talk? Xiao Keshuan didn't even give Guo Changfeng face, so she naturally didn't think much of Producer Qin. Producer Qin, I've already talked to you and Director Guo. I don't think there's anything to talk about. Zheng Xijie grinned. Producer Qin, Lin Yan has snatched so many resources from Keshuan, yet you and Director Guo insist on protecting her. What else is there to talk about? Didn't Lin Yan say that she would call third young master over? Why don't you guys talk to him later? Chapter 1295. Qin Shuping's face darkened when Xiao Keshuan and Zheng Xijie refused to give him any face. Although Pei Yutong wasn't involved in JM's management, he was the third young master of the Pei family after all. He had connections in the industry and he had helped Xiao Keshuan pull some strings. Xiao Keshuan was an important confidant to Pei Yutong. Furthermore, Pei Yutong had a significant stake in Summit Entertainment. Although he had heard that Boss Pei had imposed financial sanctions on him and that he could not use his shares, he still had a say in Summit Entertainment. If Pei Yutong really made a fuss, even he and Director Guo would not be able to decide on the female lead. The other higher-ups of Summit Entertainment were well aware of this. They were good at reading people's expressions, so they wouldn't miss out on such a good opportunity to build connections with the Pei family. One of them, who looked to be in his 40s or 50s, said, in terms of experience and ability, Keshuan is indeed better than Lin Yan. I think Director Guo's movie is suitable for Keshuan. Duo, who was fuming with rage, whispered to Lin Yan, Director Wang is obviously in charge of the public relations department. How could he have read Director Guo's script? He hasn't even read the script, yet he is lying through his teeth. How could Xiao Keshuan be suitable for the female lead? Besides, in terms of experience and ability, Sister Yen is clearly better. Another executive in a navy suit chimed in. Summit Entertainment is the leader of the industry because it has rules. Nothing can be accomplished without rules. Don't worry, Keshuan. We will definitely settle this matter with a satisfactory outcome. That's right. The rest of the executives and shareholders chimed in agreement. All of them were the most authoritative executives in Summit Entertainment. With their collective pressure, Guo Changfeng wouldn't be able to hold on. Although he was the director, Summit Entertainment had invested in this movie. Thank you, President Su, Director Li, and Director Sunday. Xiao Keshuan glanced at Lin Yan before she thanked them one by one. Zheng Xijie chimed in, fortunately, the few of you are sensible enough to protect Keshuan. Otherwise, Keshuan would have been bullied to death. I will report this to third young master later. When Zheng Xijie said that she would put in a good word for Pei Yutong, the higher-ups were satisfied that they had achieved their goal. Summit Entertainment's Vice President Su cleared his throat and said, all right, this matter has been decided. Director Guo, Kuxian will be the female lead in your new movie. Lin Yan, given your current capabilities, you aren't qualified to take on such an important role. Kuxian is more suitable for this role. Zheng Xijie looked smug as she glanced at Lin Yan and Zhao Hongling. Director Zhao, didn't I tell you to recognize your artist status? Don't have unrealistic fantasies. There are some things that you can't snatch just because you want to. Zhao Hongling had already expected that the company's top management would stand on Xiao Keshuan's side, but the situation tonight was worse than she had imagined. She naturally wanted to argue, but deep down, she knew that no matter what she said or how Lin Yan had obtained the resources through legitimate means, these people wouldn't care. Lin Yan didn't respond. She poured a cup of tea for Director Guo and glanced at the time on her phone. 5 minutes passed quickly, and there was less than a minute left. Vice President Su gazed at Lin Yan sternly and said, Lin Yan, I will arrange for someone to deal with your manager and settle the contract with you. After that, you apologize to Ku Huan, and this matter will be considered over. Chapter 1296. Lin Yan raised an eyebrow. Apologize? Vice President Su, are you joking? Why? The Vice President's face darkened. You broke the company's rules, but the company hasn't punished you yet. All they want is an apology. What kind of attitude is that? Zheng Xijie gloated at Lin Yan's misfortune. Lin Yan really didn't know her place. She wouldn't repent until she saw her coffin. Xiao Kechuan sat quietly, enjoying her wine. She admired how Lin Yan had disappeared from her sight. Zhao Hongling inhaled deeply. Vice President Su, what did Lin Yan do wrong? Why should she apologize? Vice President Su had been competing with Chu Jiayao for years, so she needed a chance to climb up the ranks. She had to seize the opportunity to curry favor with the third young master. If he helped Xiao Kechuan get rid of Lin Yan, she would owe him a favor. Xiao Kechuan's words would be the most useful to him. Vice President Su bellowed furiously, what did she do wrong? As Lin Yan's manager, you helped the evildoer. How can you not repent? All of you, apologize to Kechuan together. Otherwise, all of you can leave Summit Entertainment today. Following Vice President Su's angry shout, the other executives also looked on coldly from the sidelines. Clearly, they were on the same side. Zhao Hongling clenched her fists tightly. She knew that if they insisted, they would be chased out of the company. However, she couldn't allow Lin Yan to apologize and suffer such humiliation. Zhao Hongling inhaled deeply and replied coldly, Lin Yan hasn't done anything wrong. I'm the one who accepted all her jobs. If you want to apologize, let me do it. Zhao Hongling turned to Xiao Kechuan and rose from her seat. Kechuan, you're right. Before Zhao Hongling could finish her sentence, Lin Yan pressed her shoulder and made her sit back down. Sister Ling, sit down. We're not the ones who need to apologize. Vice President Su slammed her hand on the table when she saw Lin Yan's arrogance. Lin Yan. Don't be so ungrateful. If you don't need an apology, who does? This is outrageous. Do you really think that I shouldn't have terminated the contract with you? When Pei Yutong and Pei Nanshu arrived, they were greeted by this scene. Chu Jiayao followed behind them. Third young master. One of the higher-ups with sharp eyes shot to his feet when he recognized him. Yu Academy. Xiao Kechuan also revealed a delighted expression. Vice President Su stood up hurriedly and looked at Pei Yutong with a wide smile. Third young master, why didn't you inform me that you were coming? I'll go pick you up. Third young master, please sit here. Vice President Su stood up and walked over. Pei Yutong pushed Vice President Su away impatiently. Do you have a death wish? Move aside. Don't get in the way. Pei Yutong pushed Vice President Su aside and ignored Xiao Kechuan. He bolted like a cannonball in Lin Yan's direction. Under everyone's watchful eyes, Pei Yutong fell to his knees and hugged Lin Yan's legs tightly. He wailed at the top of his lungs, Daddy. I apologize. I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. Please forgive me this time. Lin Yan was speechless. Duo and Zhao Hongling, Pei Nanshu and Chu Jiayao were speechless. Xiao Kechuan, Zheng Xijie, Vice President Su, and the higher-ups were speechless. End of this chapter. Chapter 1297. Even Lin Yan was startled by Pei Yutong's loud voice. Lin Yan tried to pull her leg out, but she couldn't. Lin Yan inhaled deeply. Let go. Pei Yutong hugged her tightly and refused to let go. He looked like a student who was complaining to his parents. Daddy, they are spreading rumors. It was all their fault for spreading rumors about me. How could I ban you? What kind of misunderstanding do they have about my position in the family? It's good enough that you don't ban me. Lin Yan was shocked by his childishness. She didn't want to admit that they were father and son. All she wanted to do was kick him out. Vice President Su and the others finally came back to their senses. The group of higher-ups stared at this shocking scene as if they had seen a ghost. A second ago, they had been forcing Lin Yan to apologize because they wanted to suck up to Pei Yutong. Who would have thought that Pei Yutong would rush out and kneel before Lin Yan? He hugged her thigh and begged for her forgiveness. The scariest thing was that what had he called Lin Yan? Daddy? All the higher-ups, who had been trying to guess their relationship, were confused. They couldn't figure out what was going on. Duodwa's eyeballs almost popped out of their sockets. She remembered clearly the conversation between Lin Yan and Zheng Xijie. Zheng Xijie quipped, "Lin Yan, are you hallucinating? You asked third young master to come out? Who do you think you are?" Lin Yan had replied, "Who am I? I'm his father." Who would have thought that this scene would actually happen? Zheng Xijie was flabbergasted. She wondered if she was hallucinating. Naturally, she recalled what Lin Yan had said and how she had mocked her. As for Xiao Keshuan, she had guessed that Lin Yan was Pei Yutong's lover or partner. That was why she had asked Pei Yutong to come over. However, she didn't think much of Lin Yan. Lin Yan was merely a bedmate. How could she compare to her? Even if she had caused trouble for Pei Yutong, he would definitely be on her side. Lin Yan's fate would only be worse. However, judging from Pei Yutong's attitude, he wasn't just concerned about Lin Yan. He was also fearful of her. How could this be? At this moment, a crack finally appeared on Xiao Keshuan's originally calm and composed expression. Pei Nanxiu still cared about the Pei family's reputation. He stroked his forehead and tried to pull his silly brother up. "Yutong, get up first." "No. If Dad doesn't forgive me, I won't get up." Tears welled up in Pei Yutong's eyes. The thought of being sent away and never being able to touch his beloved racing car scared him out of his wits. He felt as though he had lost all hope. So, what's the point of saving face? As long as his father's anger subsided, he would do anything. Vice President Su finally couldn't hold it in any longer. Trembling with fear, he asked, "Third young master, may I ask, what is your relationship with Miss Lin?" Vice President Su's words could be said to be the question that everyone present was wondering. Instantly, everyone turned to look at Pei Yutong. Pei Yutong couldn't even be bothered to look at Vice President Su. Instead, he replied impatiently, "We are father and son. She is my father. Are you deaf or do you not understand human language?" Vice President Su, the higher-ups, do you think this answer is reasonable? No one can understand it. End of this chapter. Chapter 1298. Although the higher-ups couldn't figure out the relationship between Lin Yan and Pei Yutong, they weren't fools. Based on Pei Yutong's attitude, no matter what their relationship was, Lin Yan was like his father. So, they had just offended Pei Yutong's father? All the higher-ups turned ghastly pale when they realized this. They were doomed. They couldn't hold on any longer. A few of the higher-ups panicked. Only then did they remember Chu Jiayao. All of them looked at Chu Jiayao for help. Chu Jiayao rolled his eyes. He didn't want to care about them. Actually, he had been worried that Pei Yutong would kick up a fuss. After all, Pei Yutong was famous for his bad temper. He had imagined countless possibilities, but he had never imagined that this hot-tempered little lion would be as obedient as a lamb in front of Lin Yan. Vice President Su had wanted to use Pei Yutong to climb up the ranks, but he had failed miserably. He was filled with regret and could only try to salvage the situation. "Let me ask you. Who was the one who spread rumors that I wanted to ban Lin Yan?" Pei Yutong glared at the higher-ups coldly. Vice President Su and the rest of the higher-ups, who had been arrogant and threatening to terminate Lin Yan's contract, didn't even dare to utter a word now. Vice President Su hastily said, "Third young master, look at this. It's a misunderstanding. It's all a misunderstanding. We didn't say anything like that, yeah, third young master. Miss Lin is so outstanding and has created so many benefits for the company. How could we ban her?" Pei Yutong didn't care about his image in front of Lin Yan. However, when he faced the higher-ups, he exuded the aura of a superior. "That's easy for you to say. What about the damage to my reputation? Who was the one who spread rumors about me?" You have to clarify this matter today. Several of the higher-ups immediately looked in Xiao Keshuan's direction. Xiao Keshuan had been the one who had spread the news that Pei Yutong had wanted to ban Lin Yan. That was why they had joined forces to deal with Lin Yan. Speaking of which, they were also the victims. After weighing the pros and cons, several of the higher-ups collectively changed their stance. In order to completely disassociate themselves from this matter, they directly sold out Xiao Keshuan. Third young master, this is actually a personal conflict between Miss Lin and Xiao Keshuan. It was Xiao Keshuan who spread the news, saying that third young master wanted to ban Miss Lin. We didn't understand the truth of the matter at the beginning, so we made the wrong judgment. This matter really has nothing to do with us. Xiao Keshuan glanced at the person who had spoken, and her face sank. Pei Yutong looked at Xiao Keshuan coldly. Xiao Keshuan had raced in the same team as him. She was an understanding person, and the two of them had common interests. She had helped him a few times before, so he treated her as a friend and would help her whenever he could. It wasn't until his second brother told him that he found out that she had asked her team to spread all those scandals all these years. She did it for the sake of gaining more benefits. Although he was unhappy with Xiao Keshuan's actions, he didn't really care about anything other than racing. But this time, Xiao Keshuan had crossed his bottom line. Pei Yutong quipped, "Are you the one who said that I wanted to ban Lin Yan?" Xiao Keshuan's confidence was shattered by Pei Yutong's cold gaze. "Yutong, there must be a misunderstanding. Listen to me." Chapter 1299. Pei Yutong quipped, "Explain what? Didn't you use my name to suppress Lin Yan and even chase her out of the company?" Xiao Keshuan had never imagined that Pei Yutong would fall out with her because of Lin Yan. She looked incredulous. Pei Yutong hissed coldly, "I treat you as a friend, so I don't mind helping you. However, that doesn't mean that you can use me without a bottom line." "I didn't." "Yutong, why would you think that? I've always treated you as my most important friend and confidant. Lin Yan and I did have some conflicts because we were competing for resources, but I've never used you to do anything to her." Xiao Keshuan was implying that she hadn't said anything, but these people were trying to suck up to Pei Yutong and suppress Lin Yan. Zheng Xijie chimed in hastily, "Third young master, Keshuan is sincere about you. You've been together for so many years. Don't you know how she is? How could you accuse her like this?" Pei Yutong's scalp went numb when he heard her. He glared at Zheng Xijie fiercely and hissed, "Watch your mouth. We've been together for so many years. I have nothing to do with her. We used to be friends, but ever since she used me, we're no longer friends." After glaring at Zheng Xijie fiercely, she turned to Lin Yan with an aggrieved expression. "Daddy, you have to believe me. I have nothing to do with her. The rumors about her being my girlfriend and getting married are all bullsh*t. I have no intention of getting married or finding a girlfriend. You know that. Besides, if I really wanted to find a girlfriend, how could I not tell you? I'll find you whatever kind of daughter-in-law you like." Lin Yan was speechless. There was no need for that. Xiao Keshuan was speechless, Vice President Su and the rest of the executives were speechless. Did he have to go through Lin Yan to find a girlfriend? What? What kind of relationship did they have? Pei Yutong had exerted all his strength to prove his innocence. He hadn't given Xiao Keshuan any face at all. He had ripped apart the image of the third young mistress of the Pei family that she had built up over the years. "Wait a minute. I think I heard you guys forcing my father to apologize to you." Pei Yutong's gaze sharpened. When Vice President Su heard this, she hurriedly said, "How could that be possible? There's no such thing. Even if we have to apologize, we should be the ones apologizing to Miss Lin." "Dad." "No, Miss Lin, it's all my fault. Please be magnanimous and don't hold it against me. Don't worry, the resources that belong to you will belong to you. No one can take them away from you. The female lead of Director Guo's movie will never be replaced." Since Vice President Su had spoken up, the rest of them didn't dare stand idly by. They all started to apologize to Lin Yan and even called her daddy. When Zheng Xijie saw this, she was completely dumbfounded. It's over. How could she have imagined that Pei Yutong would be so close to Lin Yan? Furthermore, Pei Yutong was so obedient to Lin Yan. It was as though she was his father. Xiao Keshuan's fingernails dug into her palms as her mind replayed Pei Yutong's words. Besides, Pei Yutong had said that he would have to get her approval before he could get a girlfriend. How humiliating. If she wanted to be with Pei Yutong, wouldn't she have to suck up to Lin Yan first? This was simply too absurd. End of the chapter. Chapter 1300. Lin Yan grinned and glanced at Vice President Su and the other executives. The person you should apologize to is Director Gua. Vice President Su hastily raised his glass and glanced at Director Gua. Director Gua, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I will drink 3 glasses to apologize to you. Xiao Keshuan, who was fuming with rage, glared at Zheng Xijie. If Zheng Xijie hadn't scolded Guo Changfeng so rudely, Lin Yan wouldn't have called Pei Yutong over and things wouldn't have escalated to this point. Pei Yutong had already made it clear that there were no secrets in this industry. Soon, this matter would spread and she would lose her reputation as the future third young mistress. Apologize. Xiao Keshuan suppressed her anger as she glared at Zheng Xijie. Zheng Xijie no longer looked as arrogant and haughty as before. She was so frightened that she was sweating profusely. She hurriedly bowed and apologized to Guo Changfeng. Director Gua, it's my fault. Nothing decent can come out of my mouth. Please be magnanimous and don't hold it against someone like me. Even though Guo Changfeng was used to all sorts of situations in the entertainment industry, he was still shocked by this dramatic scene. Producer Qin's mouth hadn't closed at all since the beginning. The scriptwriter sighed and muttered, even in my dreams, I wouldn't be able to come up with such a magical plot. Pei Yutong was still kneeling, so how could anyone sit down? Hence, everyone stood rooted to the spot, holding their breaths as they stared at Lin Yan. Daddy, look. This misunderstanding has been cleared up. Have you calmed down? Pei Yutong asked meekly. Lin Yan glanced at him. Who knew how much trouble this kid would cause if word got out? Why did she think of calling this guy over? Lin Yan kicked him gently. Let go of me. Get up first. If you don't forgive me, I won't get up. Pei Yutong mumbled pitifully. What if she went to look for his big brother and beat him up? Lin Yan's face was as dark as the bottom of a pot as she glared at Pei Yutong. Pei Yutong shuddered in fear and stood up reluctantly. He then stood before Lin Yan obediently. Pei Nanshu couldn't bear to watch any longer. He spoke up for his silly brother. Miss Lin, I'm sorry. Yu Academy has caused you trouble. Since Pei Nanshu had spoken, Lin Yan had to give him face. Mr. Pei, you're being too polite. I was also at fault. I was too rash today. Seeing this, Chu Jiao stepped forward to smooth things over. It's a misunderstanding. It was all a misunderstanding. It's fine as long as you make things clear. Lin Yan, you have an interview later. It's almost time. Lin Yan bade Director Gua and the others farewell before leaving. Xiao Keshuan wanted to speak to Pei Yutong, but he didn't even spare her a glance. Instead, he followed Lin Yan obediently. Xiao Keshuan's legs went limp, and she almost collapsed on the spot. Everyone felt as if they had been pardoned, and their taut nerves finally relaxed. The moment Lin Yan left, a senior executive approached Chu Jiao to ask about the situation. Mr. Chu, what's the relationship between the third master and Miss Lin? Yeah, why is third young master so afraid of her? Isn't this too shocking? Chu Jiao chuckled softly. You're shocked. If they knew about Lin Yan's relationship with Big Boss, wouldn't they be shocked to death? Actually, he had been worried, as Pei Yuqing had never asked about Lin Yan. Hence, he had been worried that Pei Yuqing didn't care about Lin Yan. However, judging from Pei Yutong's attitude toward Lin Yan, it was obvious how important Lin Yan was. Chapter 1301. In the waiting room, Pei Yutong poured Lin Yan a cup of tea. Duo couldn't hold it in any longer. While Zhao Hongling was busy talking to the reporters, Pei Yutong grabbed her and asked, Sister Yen, what the hell was going on? Why did third young master call you? Daddy? Lin Yan, who had already thought of an excuse, replied naturally, isn't he a racing fan? Coincidentally, I'm good at racing, so I helped him win a race. Then, he started to call me daddy. To a professional racer, whoever is better is the daddy. Duo was dumbfounded. That's simple? Lin Yan shrugged. What else could it be? Although Duo found it hard to believe, based on Pei Yutong's obsession with racing, Lin Yan's explanation made sense. She hadn't expected that Lin Yan would overtake Xiao Keshuan because of this. Pei Yutong strode over with a cup of tea. Daddy, have some tea. Lin Yan glanced at him and took the tea without saying a word. Pei Yutong couldn't figure out what she was trying to say. Thus, he said meekly, Daddy, the ignorant are innocent. I really didn't know that she had used my name to bully others. Please forgive me this once. This kid didn't care about anything else other than racing. He would even help someone earn money when he was betrayed. Lin Yan wanted to teach him a lesson so that he wouldn't forget it. Hence, she replied coldly, is an apology enough? Tears welled up in Pei Yutong's eyes as he lowered his head and fiddled with his phone with a pained expression. A second later, Lin Yan's phone rang. 1 million yuan has been transferred to your Alipay account. Lin Yan raised her eyebrows imperceptibly as she read Pei Yutong's message. What do you mean? Are you bribing me? Pei Yutong looked fawning. Of course not. Daddy, are you a person who likes money that much? You're a person of noble character and unquestionable integrity. Why would I use such a vulgar method to bribe you? This is my investment in Aurora. It's an investment. Daddy, please accept it. Where did you get so much money? Asked Lin Yan. I tightened my belt to save up the money. Originally, I was planning to use it to upgrade the racing equipment, but I know that my Storm team definitely won't be able to participate in the International League this time. The team's funds are tight, and this amount of money is only enough to buy an engine. So, after thinking about it, I might as well use this money to invest in this year's popular teams. Maybe I can even make a profit. If I make a profit, I'll have more money to buy equipment. Lin Yan narrowed her eyes. Which team did you want to invest in? Pei Yutong glanced around guiltily, not daring to meet Lin Yan's eyes. Lin Yan recalled that he had told her that he had stood Xiao Keshuan up because he had to meet the manager of the Sonic Thunder team. Are you going to invest in Sonic Thunder? Lin Yan raised an eyebrow. Pei Yutong replied sheepishly, they are one of the elite teams in the country. I recently obtained their latest training data. They are definitely the strongest team in the country this year. Also, the fleet of that old monster's light speed was really fast. After careful consideration, I chose thunderous sound. Air. It's a pity. They think that my money is too little. They don't even want it. Lin Yan rolled her eyes at him. The strongest team in the country is right in front of you. Instead of investing in it, you gave it to someone else. They don't even want it. Why do I have such a silly son? End of this chapter. Chapter 1302. Lin Yan was infuriated by this brat. Didn't he know that good things shouldn't flow to outsiders? Besides, investing in the Aurora team was definitely a profitable business. In the end, he had given away the money, but before he could, Pei Yutong was speechless. Aurora? The strongest team in the country? Daddy, I have to admit that you're good at racing. The Racing Association has given Aurora a lot of support, so they're qualified to participate in the third level of the international competition. However, that's the Sonic Thunder team. They're the top team in the country and they almost entered the competition 3 years ago. Ahem. To be honest, your Aurora team isn't on the same level as them. There were many competitions, big and small. The international competition was the most authoritative one, and it was divided into the third, second, and first levels. Above the first level was the competition of the highest level, the competition of the summit. Ever since the beginning of racing, all the racers who had participated in the competition had been from overseas. The Sonic Thunder team was the only team in the country that had almost entered the competition, so its status in the country's racing industry was unimaginable. Back then, Lin Yan had been with the WZ team. In just 3 years, she had dominated the first, second, and third levels of the international competition. She had been one of the most likely racers to win the competition. It was a pity that she had withdrawn from the competition in that manner. The Sonic Thunder team. I seem to have an impression. Lin Yan tried to recall. She had met them a few times during the competition, but they hadn't interacted much because of the huge difference in their rankings. Pei Yutong looked pained. You only have an impression? As a racer, don't you know the Sonic Thunder team? Don't you know the famous Lin Yang? Lin Yan replied, I don't even remember the slowest racer. Pei Yutong nearly choked on his own breath. Run slowly. He's the fastest racer in the country. Lin Yan replied, I think I remember, in the country's racing industry, Lin Yang's achievements were enough to go down in history. He was a respectable pioneer who had given the country a shot in the arm. Lin Yan finally remembered this person. Lin Yan looked solemn. It's a pity that he became too popular after that. Power and fame came too quickly, so he didn't have the time to train. His results got worse and worse. He couldn't even enter the second level of the international competition, let alone the first level. He didn't get any good results after that. In the end, he was scolded so badly that he retired. He didn't even participate in the international competition last year. Pei Yutong sighed. It's indeed a pity for Lin Yang. However, I recently received news that he hasn't participated in the competition this year because he's undergoing special training. He's preparing his trump card, so he's preparing to come out this time. It was very likely to create another miracle. Many people are fighting to invest in Thunderous Sound Battle Team. How can it be that easy? If he is improving, what about the others? Lin Yan sounded solemn. The more Pei Yutong spoke, the more his heart ached. It was obvious that he still wanted to invest in the Thunderous Sound Battle Team. That was the real deal. Lin Yan glanced at him. Do you still have money? Is that all? Pei Yutong looked as though he was looking at Zhou Bapi. That's all I have. Lin Yan sneered coldly. That's what you said previously. You only invested a few 100,000 yuan in your father, but you actually hit 1,000,000 yuan. Are you planning to invest in someone else? Pei Yutong grinned. In the end, I still gave it to you to show my filial piety. Hee hee. Dad, have you calmed down? I guess so. Lin Yan snorted. Pei Yutong was tearing up. It was too expensive to put out the fire, 1,000,000 yuan. He had wasted it just like that. Chapter 1303. At the same time, in the Xia Corporation's president's office, CEO Xia, were you the one who selected the spokesperson for the My series? The PR manager of the Xia Group asked Xia Zheng. Yes, why? Is there a problem? Xia Zheng raised his head from a pile of documents. The public relations manager reminded him tactfully, President Xia, you don't pay much attention to the industry, so you might not be aware of this. Although Lin Yan is popular and has a good image, she has offended someone. If you work with her, you might get into trouble. Are you referring to the Pei Corporation? Xia Zheng frowned. President Xia, you know about this too. Yes, it is the Pei Corporation. Lin Yan is competing with Qiao Keshuan for resources. Qiao Keshuan is third young master's woman. Lin Yan is so stubborn. Who knows when she will be banned? It's too dangerous to use an artist who could be banned at any time. The public relations manager advised him. I have already made my decision. Xia Zhang's words left no room for argument. He had created MY for Mu Yun, so he had hoped that Lin Yan would be the spokesperson. Now that Lin Yan had been in trouble, he couldn't possibly withdraw his endorsement. Even if Lin Yan was banned, it wouldn't be because of any scandals. At most, she would lose her exposure. She had a good image, was capable, and was passionate about charity. She fit the company's image perfectly. The PR manager's thoughts were different from Xia Zhang's. Naturally, he wanted to maximize his own benefits. Thus, he hurriedly said, President Xia, although Lin Yan has good qualities and is suitable for our company's products, the moment Pei Yutang bans her, this endorsement deal will be useless. Besides, there are many more suitable candidates. What do you think of Qiao Keshuan? She is the future third young mistress of the Pei family. If she could be the spokesperson, she would be more suitable than Lin Yan, who could be banned at any time. Xia Zheng glanced at the manager and was about to speak when someone knocked on the door. Xia Zheng replied, "Come in." It was the assistant of the public relations manager. She looked flustered and her first reaction was to look at the manager. Manager. Something happened. No, maybe it's a good thing. What's the matter? Why are you so flustered? Can't you see that Director Xia and I are discussing something important? The public relations manager was unhappy. The assistant said carefully, Manager, this is related to what you and Mr. Xia are talking about, so I have to report it to you immediately. Does it have anything to do with what we're talking about? The PR manager frowned. Xia Zheng frowned, worried that something had happened to Lin Yan. His voice was tense as he asked, Did something happen to Lin Yan? The manager looked as though he had expected this. See? I knew it. Something bad would happen to Lin Yan sooner or later. I didn't expect them to come so soon. The assistant stole a glance at the manager and replied meekly, No. It's not Lin Yan. It's Qiao Keshuan. Qiao Keshuan has been banned. The public relations manager choked and coughed. Ahem ahem ahem, wait a minute, make yourself clear. What did you just say? Qiao Keshuan has been banned. Shouldn't Lin Yan be the one being banned? Chapter 1304. The assistant hurriedly explained, a few minutes ago, Pei Yutang posted on Weibo to clarify his relationship with Qiao Keshuan. Summit Entertainment's official account reposted it. Not only that, but I also heard that something big has happened at Summit Entertainment's anniversary celebration. Pei Yutang flew into a rage because Qiao Keshuan wanted to ban Lin Yan. He accused her of using her power to bully others. He even scolded all the higher-ups of Summit Entertainment and ordered them to clean up the atmosphere in the company. Qiao Keshuan has been half-banned. The assistant briefly recounted what had happened, and the public relations manager was dumbfounded after listening to it. Just a second ago, the words he had said to Xia Zheng were still ringing in his ears. If he could get Qiao Keshuan to endorse them, it would be better than Lin Yan, who could be banned at any time. Lin Yan had been so stubborn. Who knew when she would be banned? It was too dangerous to use an artist who could be banned at any time. Who would have thought that a slap would come so quickly? In the end, Qiao Keshuan would be the one to be banned instead of Lin Yan? The manager was dumbfounded. That's impossible. It couldn't be. The assistant looked incredulous as well. You're not the only one. No one expected this at all. It happened so suddenly that the industry is in an uproar. Everyone knows that Qiao Keshuan is third young master's confidant. She might even be the future third young mistress of the Pei family. In the end, her dream of becoming a wealthy family was shattered overnight. She heard that third young master didn't like her at all and only treated her as a friend. She was the one who spread rumors and spent money to buy news articles to spread rumors about her and third young master's relationship. There was even a big gossip account that directly posted the evidence of her buying the news articles. If you don't believe me, you can check it out online. The manager scrolled to Weibo. Xia Zheng had already clicked on the page while the assistant was speaking. Pei Yutang, Madame Qiao Keshuan and I are just friends. Please stop spreading rumors and slander about me. In addition, Madame Xiao Keshuan has used her relationship with me to suppress other artists in Summit Entertainment. Summit Entertainment has already dealt with the matter. As a shareholder of Summit Entertainment, I would like to apologize to Madame Lin Yan. Summit Entertainment respects and welcomes talented artists. We reject all inappropriate behavior. Pei Yutong's account wasn't verified on Weibo, but Summit Entertainment had shared the post. Apart from that, Pei Yutong had also posted a lawyer's letter on his Weibo. He was suing the entertainment accounts that had been spreading rumors about him and Xiao Keshuan. It was clear that he was trying to distance himself from them. At the same time, there was proof that Xiao Keshuan had paid someone to publish a rumor about her and Pei Yutong. It hadn't even been half an hour since the incident had started, but it had already spread all over the internet. It seemed like Summit Entertainment's PR had done this, and they hadn't given Xiao Keshuan any face. The public relations manager was completely speechless. If Xia Jing really did as he said, then the company would be in big trouble. Xiao Kexian's scandal could be considered as a major scandal that would severely affect the company. The PR manager glanced at President Xia awkwardly. President Xia. I didn't know that this would happen so suddenly. Fortunately, you chose Lin Yan. President Xia is wise and brilliant. President Xia, you have a good eye. Chapter 1305. The assistant tried to smooth things over. The manager had good intentions. After all, no one had expected the situation to change so quickly. Fortunately, President Xia had the foresight to send the contract to Lin Yan in advance. Xia Jing heaved a sigh of relief. It was good that Lin Yan was fine. However, Pei Yutong's sudden change in attitude seemed a little unusual. Sister Yan, look at the news online. Third young master has clarified everything. After Lin Yan's interview, Duo told her what had happened. Pei Yutong had acted quickly. Lin Yan skimmed through Pei Yutong's Weibo post and the trending news. Pei Yutong looked as though he was eager to be praised. If he had a tail, it would be wagging its tail furiously. Daddy, what do you think? Are you satisfied? Pei Yutong grinned sheepishly. Lin Yan glanced at him from the corner of her eyes. Did you write this yourself? This wasn't Pei Yutong's style at all. Pei Yutong replied promptly, of course I wrote it. The corners of Duo's mouth twitched, but she didn't dare expose him. Lin Yan merely glanced at him before she continued scrolling through Weibo. A second later, Lin Yan saw another version of Pei Yutong's post. Pei Yutong, I have nothing to do with Xiao Keshuan. We were just friends in the past, but she spent money to buy a job and created rumors about us. She made use of my relationship to bully others. Most importantly, she even bullied my father. Don't blame me for being merciless. The netizens were laughing hysterically. Ha 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 ha. I'm dying of laughter. Quick, look. This is the first version of Pei Yutong's post. He deleted it in seconds and replaced it with the official version. Summit Entertainment must have asked him to delete it and repost it. I suddenly find Pei Yutong so adorable. However, I'm more concerned about who Pei Yutong's father is. Everyone knows that Xiao Keshuan bullied Lin Yan. Could Pei Yutong's father be Lin Yan? What the F***CK? What is Pei Yutong's relationship with Lin Yan? How could Pei Yutong call her father? Could it be that they were a couple instead? Is that why Pei Yutong defended his girlfriend? Isn't the hole in your brain a little too big? Who calls their girlfriend daddy? I heard that Lin Yan is also a professional racer. She has helped Pei Yutong win a competition once, so they are close. Lin Yan's face was as black as the bottom of a pot as she read his original announcement. She shouldn't have had any hopes for this kid. Although Zhao Hongling discovered it early and asked him to delete it and repost it, some netizens still took screenshots. Pei Yutong glanced at Lin Yan's phone screen and retreated to a safe distance. Then, he said meekly, your manager helped me edit it, but it's more or less the same. Lin Yan was speechless. Almost, my ass. How is it almost enough? Zhao Hongling walked in after sending the reporters off. It's not a big problem. I've already arranged for the public relations department to control the comments. According to your previous explanation, just say that it's because you helped him win a match. Lin Yan glanced at Zhao Hongling gratefully. Sister Ling, thank you for your hard work. Fortunately, Zhao Hongling was watching them. Otherwise, he didn't know what the netizens would think. Suddenly, Lin Yan's phone rang. It was Xie Zheng. Pei Yutang saw a man's name and hurriedly asked, Daddy, who is Xie Zheng? Lin Yan replied, your grandfather. Pei Yutang was speechless. Chapter 1306. Isn't your father's surname Lin? Pei Yutang looked puzzled. Lin Yan rolled her eyes at him. He divorced my mother a long time ago. He is my future father. Lin Yan answered the call. Hello, Uncle Xie. What's up? Lin Yan, nothing. I just saw your company's official Weibo post. Have you settled everything? Is there anything I can help you with? Xie Zheng asked with concern. Lin Yan replied, it's fine. Don't worry, Uncle Xie. I'm glad you're fine. There are rumors online that you and Pei Yutang. Xie Zheng sounded hesitant, as though he wasn't sure if he should continue. Lin Yan, I'm in no position to say this, but this industry is complicated. You have to protect yourself, okay? If you need anything, you have to tell me. Lin Yan knew that Xie Zheng had misunderstood. Did he think that Pei Yutang had slept with her? She was about to speak when Pei Yutang, who had been eavesdropping, whispered, Grandfather, don't misunderstand. Lin Yan and I are just father and son. Besides, she is my sister-in-law. You can shut up now. Lin Yan pushed his head away, as he had almost blurted out the truth. Xie Zheng sounded awkward. Is third young master next to you? Ahem. Uncle Xie, please don't mind him. He's just messing around. Don't worry, it's not what you think, Lin Yan replied. Xie Zheng listened to their conversation and realized that it wasn't as the rumors had said. Lin Yan didn't seem to have been bullied, so he relaxed. After hanging up, Lu Jingli began to gossip. Who is Xie Zheng? He's my mom's university classmate. He's a good guy and has liked my mom for many years. He's trying to woo her, but his EQ is too low, so he hasn't been able to win her heart. Lin Yan sighed. If he's a good guy, why didn't you matchmake him? You could have made him your girlfriend. Pei Yutang was curious. Lin Yan rolled her eyes at him. Do you think I didn't want to? My EQ is too low. I can't make him my girlfriend. Pei Yutang looked incredulous. Don't be so humble. Your EQ is too low. How did you manage to woo my brother? Do you know how hard it is to woo him? I don't think you'd be able to woo him. Lin Yan was speechless. This really had nothing to do with her. She wasn't the one who chased after him. Oh, that's right. Daddy, I invested 1 million yuan this time. Can you give our team an advertisement spot? Pei Yutang asked meekly. Lin Yan glanced at him. Advertisement? What kind of advertisement do you want? I can change Aurora's logo to Storm's logo. Do you think I can change it to Storm? Pei Yutang's eyes lit up. That's not impossible. Hee hee, Lin Yan sneered coldly. What are you thinking? You must be dreaming. Do you think you're offering 10 billion? Pei Yutang was speechless. If I give you 10 billion yuan, can you really change the team logo? Lin Yan glanced at the naughty kid and said reluctantly, however, I can print your WeChat QR code on the back of my uniform to help you get married. Pei Yutang's face turned green when he heard her. He tried to avoid her. There's no need for that. Chapter 1307. At the same time, at the Lin family, Lin Yuetong, Lin Shia, Lin Yuedong's new lover, Ma Manru, and Yi Shanshan were having dinner together. They had been talking about how Lin Yen was about to be banned from the entertainment industry. Lin Yuetong had flown into a rage and accused Lin Yen of offending people and causing trouble. However, halfway through the meal, the situation had changed. Lin Shia had been in disbelief when she read Summit Entertainment's announcement. She had been trying to get close to Xiao Keshuan recently, and Xiao Keshuan and Lin Yen were like fire and water. Xiao Keshuan had hardened her heart to deal with Lin Yen. Initially, things had gone according to her plan. Xiao Keshuan had finally decided to ban Lin Yen at Summit Entertainment's anniversary dinner. However, she had never imagined that things would turn out this way. How could Lin Yen possibly know someone like Pei Yutong? Their relationship was even deeper than Xiao Keshuan's. Pei Yutong hadn't given Xiao Keshuan any face this time. His Weibo post had practically banned Xiao Keshuan from the entertainment industry. No way. How could that be possible? Yi Shanshan's eyes widened in shock. Is this fake news? It must be fake. However, she had confirmed with Lin Shia several times that the news was true. Moreover, it wasn't just on the internet. Her friends and WeChat groups were all talking about it. Third young master had exposed Xiao Keshuan's identity as a fake young mistress. Furthermore, he had a close relationship with Lin Yen. He had even addressed Lin Yen as daddy. Even Ma Manru, who didn't know much about the entertainment industry, was taken aback. How could Lin Yen know someone like Pei Yutong? Yi Shanshan's face was filled with disdain. I heard that Lin Yen hooked up with Pei Yutong because of racing. What racing? Given Lin Yan's mediocre racing skills, she must have used some underhanded methods. How could she address him as daddy? How shameless. Lin Yuetong smashed his cup on the floor. This child is getting more and more out of hand with He Muyan. She doesn't look like a lady at all. How dare she try to impress others by racing? She doesn't even look like a girl. Of course. She's probably jealous of Shia. She does whatever she wants, but how can she compare to Shia? Shia is the major shareholder of the He family team and an honorary member of the ZF team, said Yi Shanshan. Ma Manru exchanged a look with Lin Shia before she said, Yuetong, don't be angry. Don't let it affect your health. Shia is here. She's so obedient and outstanding. Unfortunately, he was almost ruined by Lin Yen. His career is in shambles now. Lin Yuetong snorted coldly. She wants to ruin Shia. She's too naive. Shia is my daughter. Shia, don't worry. I've already made the arrangements. Next month, you'll be the vice president of Triumph Entertainment. You don't have to work so hard in the entertainment industry. I'm worried about a girl like you. Thank you, Dad. Lin Shia was touched as she glanced at Ma Manru gratefully. Lin Yuedong's expression softened as he looked at Lin Shia. How's your relationship with Yishuan? He asked tactfully. Why doesn't he come over for dinner? Lin Shia recalled Han Yishuan's cold attitude toward her recently. She couldn't keep her cool. Dad, Brother Yishuan has been too busy lately. Uncle Han has been relying on him a lot. He has almost handed over the entire company to him, including the overseas business. He has been swamped recently. As his girlfriend, I can't distract him. I'll bring him home for dinner after he's done with his work. Lin Yuetong was pleased to hear this. It's fine. A man should prioritize his career. Shia, it's a good thing that you care about him. However, you can't always let him do as he pleases. Your marriage can't be delayed any longer. Lin Shia forced a smile and pretended to be shy. Dad, I know. Chapter 1308. On account of Pei Yucheng's sincere apology, Lin Yen reluctantly accepted the $1,000,000 yuan. She didn't complain to Pei Yucheng. When she returned to the villa after the banquet, Xiaoli and Pei Yucheng were still awake. Lin Yen frowned and glanced at the little fellow on the couch. Xiaoli, why aren't you sleeping yet? You're still growing. Lin Yan glared at Pei Yuqing angrily. Why didn't you let the child rest earlier? Lin Yan realized that something was amiss and retorted angrily, wait a minute. Why aren't you sleeping? Didn't I tell you to sleep early and wake up early? You've just recovered. The father and son turned to Lin Yan at the same time. Pei Li was wearing the furry pajamas that Lin Yan had bought for him. His sleepy eyes made him look especially pitiful. He looked aggrieved as he whined, but Xiaoli wanted to wait for sister to come back. Pei Yuqing wasn't wearing his glasses, so his expression was gentler than usual. Me too. Lin Yan couldn't stand the two pairs of eyes staring at her. In the end, Lin Yan slapped her forehead helplessly. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I came back too late. I won't make you wait so late next time. Lin Yan didn't feel sleepy at all even after she coaxed Xiaoli to sleep. Pei Yuqing put down the fairy tale book and glanced at the girl beside him. What's wrong? Did something happen to you? Lin Yan shook her head. It's not me. It's my uncle. Do you know the boss of the Xia Corporation, Xia Zheng? Pei Yuqing nodded. I've heard of him. Why? He's a nice guy. Recently, he has been wooing my mother, but he hasn't been able to win her heart. It's rare for my mother to meet a good man, so I'm really worried about them. I hope that my mother can try to get close to Xia Zheng and find her own happiness. She shouldn't be immersed in the past. However, I've tried to help her a few times, but to no avail. I really can't think of any good ideas. Lin Yan's eyes sparkled as she stared at Pei Yuqing. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you for advice. Do you have any good ideas? Pei Yuqing raised his eyebrows. Why did you ask me for advice? Because I think that you have a lot of tricks up your sleeves. Lin Yan said meaningfully. Pei Yuqing chuckled softly. Thanks for the compliment. Lin Yan was speechless. He wasn't complimenting her. How did you help? Asked Pei Yuqing. Lin Yan mulled it over. Before? Once, I saw Uncle Xia pacing around my mom's building for a long time, but he didn't dare to go up, so I invited him in. Then, my mom said it was too late, and it wasn't convenient for him to go up. He didn't even try to argue with my mom, and he immediately said it was too late. I was so angry that I had to think of another way. I told my mother that Uncle Xia had hurt his leg while trying to help her catch a thief. I asked him to come in and let my mother help him apply some medicine. My mom was a soft-hearted person and didn't like to owe others favors, so she invited him up. He did go in, but Uncle Xia was too honest. He insisted that his leg injury had healed and refused to stay any longer. Pei Yuqing listened intently to the girl. And then? Lin Yan replied, I had no choice but to kick him. That way, he wouldn't be lying. Pei Yuqing was speechless. This sounded like something she would do. End of this chapter. Chapter 1309. I left so that they could be alone. However, Uncle Xia came out shortly after. He said that he was afraid that my mother would feel uncomfortable if they were alone. Lin Yan sighed heavily. I can't bring him along. Actually, the biggest problem isn't Xia Zheng. It's your mother, said Pei Yuqing. My mother? Lin Yan pondered for a moment. That's true. My mother has always felt that if she hadn't insisted on marrying Lin Yuetong, she wouldn't have let a wolf into her house. Grandfather's business would have been snatched away, and he wouldn't have lost his only car. Now that Lin Shuya and eldest uncle have the car, grandfather is still hospitalized because of his anger. However, this won't be a big problem very soon. I will help grandfather fulfill his dream. Pei Yuqing was a little dazed by the girl's confident gaze. No matter what price she had to pay, he hoped that she could continue to be so confident and dazzling. Okay. Pei Yuqing nodded and added, other than that, you have to give your mother the motivation to start a new life. Lin Yan looked as though she was about to take out her notebook to take notes. She asked hurriedly, How can I make my mother want to start a new life and accept Uncle Xie Zheng? This was the problem she had always wanted to solve. The key to this motivation is you, said Pei Yucheng. Me? Lin Yan was puzzled. Pei Yucheng pondered for a moment before he suggested, the next time you meet your mother, you can tell her this. You can tell her that you attended a friend's wedding. When you saw her being held by her father and handed over to the man who was going to be her partner for the rest of her life, you were touched. Lin Yan pondered this for a moment. That's it? What else? You don't have to say anything else. You just have to make it clear that your mother will naturally think about it. She wants her daughter to have a complete wedding. Based on Lin Yuedong's actions, you and her won't let him attend your wedding. Your mother might even think of finding another partner for you, said Pei Yucheng. Lin Yan gasped in amazement at his words. That works too. Although she did it for you, she still has a chance as long as she's willing to give it a try. Otherwise, she might never be able to get over this hurdle. I've heard of Xie Zheng. He has a good reputation in the industry. He's a suitable candidate to spend the rest of his life with, Pei Yucheng analyzed. Lin Yan felt as though she had opened a door to a whole new world. Baby, you're amazing. Pei Yucheng's eyes darkened. What, did you call me? Lin Yan coughed violently. Ahem. Sorry. I was too agitated. Lin Yan suddenly thought of something. Hold on. I have a question. Pei Yucheng asked, what? I told my mom that I already have a boyfriend. If I tell her this, what if she thinks that I'm getting married and asks me when I plan to get married? How should I answer her? Lin Yan glanced at Pei Yucheng inquisitively. Pei Yucheng stared at the girl silently for a moment before he asked, yeah, Miss Lin. When are we getting married? Lin Yan was speechless. What was going on? Hadn't she come to ask Pei Yucheng how to help Xie Zheng? Why did she feel like she had been tricked again? Today's dog food has been prepared. Happy Valentine's Day, babies. A Valentine's Day without dog food is soulless. End of this chapter. Chapter 13:10. Pei Yucheng gazed at the girl's confused expression and said gently, don't be nervous. If you want to get married one day, just let me know. Although he had suppressed all his instincts so that she wouldn't be afraid of him, he didn't dare to be too hasty or overstep his boundaries. Because of Pei Yucheng's words, she couldn't fall asleep that night. She only felt sleepy in the wee hours of the morning. Shortly after she fell asleep, Pei Li, who was lying in the middle of the bed, opened his eyes slowly. The little fellow's eyes were filled with disdain as he glanced at the man beside him. Shameless. Pei Yucheng didn't open his eyes. The corners of his mouth curled up into a smile. Why? Pei Li suppressed his anger. Why did you force Mom to marry you? The man replied calmly, I remember that your Chinese is good. I didn't mean to force you. Your mother and I registered our marriage 3 years ago. She lost her memory, so I gave her a chance to choose again. This is respect, not coercion. Pei Li's voice was cold. After losing her memory, Mom didn't know that she was married to you. If Mom rejected you, would you divorce her? Pei Yucheng replied, of course not. Pei Li was infuriated by Pei Yucheng's matter-of-fact tone. Hypocrite. Pei Yucheng replied, I said I wouldn't because it's impossible. Pei Li replied, you're too conceited. Are you so sure that Mom won't fall in love with someone else? Pei Yucheng chuckled softly and opened his eyes in the dark. Is the person you're referring to Xiao Yao? Pei Yucheng obviously didn't think much of Xiao Yao. He seemed to be mocking him for overestimating himself. Pei Li wanted to retort, but at the thought of Xiao Yao's low EQ, he couldn't say anything. If he had known this would happen, he wouldn't have placed all his chips on Xiao Yao. What about Pei Nanxiu? From what I know, Mom likes him very much. Pei Li emphasized the words very much. Pei Yucheng raised an eyebrow. Nanxiu? You can try. Pei Yucheng's meaning was obvious. Pei Nanshu didn't have the guts. Pei Li frowned. If you're really confident, you should compete fairly. Pei Yuqing chuckled. Fair? There's no such thing as fairness in this world. Moreover, do you think you're sitting in this position for the sake of fair competition? Pei Li forcefully suppressed the anger and displeasure in his heart. Pei Yuqing had the upper hand now, but he wasn't flawless. A leopard never changes its spots. He absolutely did not believe that he could disguise himself forever. The next day, Lin Yan made a trip to He Muyun's place. She tried to talk to He Muyun as Pei Yuqing had taught her the night before. He Muyun's expression froze for a long time. She did not know if it was because of her words, but she remained silent for a long time. He Muyun tugged at Lin Yan's hand. Xiaoyan, I'm sorry. I've let you down. My greatest wish was to give you a happy family and let you grow up happily and carefreely. However, I failed. Instead, I made you suffer so much. Lin Yan glanced at her mother's remorseful expression and hurriedly consoled her. Mom, why did you say that? This isn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Lin Yuatong was the one who did the wrong thing, not you. You shouldn't blame others' mistakes on yourself and punish yourself. You're tuning into the Biyao's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.